Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. You know how my internet acts. So, if anybody comes in here, please let me know if you can hear me or if I'm choppy. Hopefully, I'm all right. Give it a little bit for people to come in. I'm just doing a quick live to talk about the Joe Budden thing. I found out a couple of things, and I don't know if anybody's really spoken on it or not. So, we will see. Hey, Jen, can you hear me okay? Hey, NASA. If you guys can hear me okay, let me know. Y'all know my internet likes to give me high blood pressure. Awesome. Thank you, Jen. I'm doing like a quick live, you guys, just about some stuff I found out about the Joe Budden thing. And I don't remember if any of us brought this up or not. I don't think so. It's supposed to be like a newer thing, so hopefully it's not something that somebody's talked about yet. Hopefully. How are your guys' day? What's today? Thursday. How's y'all's week going so far? NASA, you had me dead in control this morning. Oh my God. Jen, you heard NASA? He was going off. I think like NASA kills me. He can wake up and just be like shooting shots at people. That shit is hilarious. He was going off. It had me dying laughing. It was so funny. Jen, you said that, okay, I was up on the panel, right? And I know that when I was telling Baron Saturday about the fake Miss Ramon or whatever. And then King Ramon was saying that she was calling me a bitch or whatever in the chat, and I couldn't see it. And I think a couple other people couldn't see it either. Did somebody end up blocking her? Because I didn't see anything after that. I know I had blocked her in the chat like 4 or 5 or 6 different times before I went up on the panel. And then Tommy's ass, oh, it's okay, go ahead and give her a wrench. What the? That's why I went up on the panel, and I was like, what are you doing? You don't know this person. What the hell? That's like a clone. Not even a troll, a clone. That shit was crazy. Ooh, good one, Jen. I saw like I happened to see in the chat the little we don't have like a gun emoji, but I think you had put like that little water gun emoji, and I was like, oh yeah, Jen probably shot her ass. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, Jen's got my back. We're good. We're good. That's awesome. Well, NASA, I know that you're up on the Joe Budden thing. Jen, you usually watch us too, so you probably know a little bit about what's going on where he fired his friends or so-called friends or whatever. Did you guys hear anything about the 400? Yeah, that's what I saw. Did you guys hear anything about the $400,000 yet? Because that's what I found out. And hopefully you guys hadn't heard about it yet, so it'll be something new. I know, right, Jen? Yee! I was like, oh, hell no. And then try to hide it from me? Anybody can get it. She's tripping. And then I don't know if you noticed, Jen, right? But Murph yesterday in the troll chat, he had noticed, right? That like every person that this person was going after and everything that they were so-called saying was exactly what, like Megan would have said. So Murph was like, rule number one, don't let your clone sound exactly like you. I was dying. Hey, King Ramon. Were your ears burning? I was just talking about your clone wife. Exactly, Jen. Exactly. Well, I don't think she's been around. I could be wrong because I do miss, some of the trolls, but have you seen her ever since she went crazy and said the N-word, like with the, when she really went off on that one guy 187? I don't think I've seen her since then, but that's when all the weird accounts have been showing up. She's a horrible person. I don't give a shit. She's just horrible in my book. I'm not gonna lie, like I really didn't get a good vibe from her from the get-go. I told Larry that like not a long time ago, but when she used to be over there every now and then, I was like, it's something about her, like she just would say really strange things. Like there was one time, right? Jen, I don't know if you're married or not, but Larry did a live one night, right? And this was, I think it was before I was like up on his panel a lot. And he was talking about, how people get in arguments and stuff like that. And Megan had made a comment in his chat, and she was like, "Oh yeah, Larry would be knocking my door down because we live in the same city." And I was like, "Whoa! Like, why would you put that shit in this man's chat when you know his wife watches his show? Like, what the hell is wrong with you, right?" So ever since that night, I was like side eyeing her. It was fucking weird because, like, you've never met this guy. You're not like super close with him or anything like that. Why would you write that? Like, that's some shit just to start shit. You know what I mean? You know his wife watches his show. Why would you say that? That shit was ever since then, and that was way before the dead horse. But you know how females, we can pick up on that type of stuff. And I hate it because guys, no offense to you guys, men or whatever, but if us females, if we come up to you guys and we're like, look, I don't feel right about this girl, I think, like she's kind of sketchy or whatever, guys are always like, oh, I can handle it, it's no big deal, blah, blah, blah. Then sure enough, you end up getting caught in a bad position with somebody, or they end up trying to, what do they call it, line you up or some shit like that. And we're like, I told you so. If you just would have listened to us, I told you so. But how's everybody's week going? Pretty good. I dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. That way I don't get started and then, forget about it. But like I said, now that there's a few people in here, oh, let me read what she said. Jen says, yeah, yep. And listen, in almost every situation, right? When you're a human being, say if you catch your man cheating, okay? If they're actually sorry about it and they want to change, they're going to admit it. They're not going to keep denying it, lying about it, playing the victim like you made them do it somehow. And that's how I knew too, and like you apparently caught on to it too, Jen, that she was full of shit. Because if she really felt bad, she would have been like, oh my God, I didn't realize, or, back when the Lives Matter question was asked, she wouldn't even let it escalate to the shit she ended up having come out of her mouth. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And she kept crying and playing victim. So it was obvious that she just wanted attention, and, she didn't care about what she was saying. And like I've constantly stood on, she was whining about being called a bitch or a white bitch, but she was saying shit to grown men that I have never said in my life, like, or would even think about saying, like, bend over, bitch, you faggot, and all this other shit. That shit is crazy. I don't care if you're on the troll page or not. Like, unless somebody's going at you that hard, you don't just like throw that out there. That's crazy, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Exactly. I'm glad that you peeped it too, because like I said, I definitely had a weird vibe about it. And you know how us girls, we have that woman's intuition. It's just up to us whether we listen to that shit or not. But all right, y'all. Let me get into it. Now, everybody here probably knows, you know, because Let's Talk did a show about Joe Budden, and Maine did a show about it. So, you know, everybody pretty much probably knows, you know, what's going on with like him and Mal and Rory, right? Well, if you don't, like, I'll do a little rundown of it really quick. Mal and Rory, who used to work on his podcast with him, were fired, and people have been going back and forth on whether or not Joe was paying them as he agreed or not, or was in the contract. And I think the last thing that we had heard was they were trying to get a lawyer to be able to get the accounting books to double check how they were being paid and if they were being paid the right way. And I don't blame them for that, because the way that Joe won't let them start their own podcast for a year, you know, and the way these guys are, the only way they're known is being on his podcast, right? They're not like, you know, social media stars. So if they are stagnant for a year, that's going to basically, you know, kill their social media presence altogether. But the new update that I had heard, Joe Budden ended up making a video. I saw it on YouTube, so I'm not sure if he did whether it was like a, what do you call it, an Instagram or not, or a Facebook. But how about he even admits, hey CMW, yeah, King Ramon, don't fall for the okie doke. Oh, King Ramon, I wanted to tell you, right? Oh man, I should have wrote it down, because I thought about it and I was like, oh, I got to tell him that. When you had said that, oh, that's what you said. How she's trying to have a truce, right? Well, here's the thing that I wanted to say about that. She hasn't apologized, right? If you apologize and then want to call a truce, then that's cool. Well, in my book, right? You know, everybody can take it how they want to take it. But if you don't apologize and you're trying to say you want a truce, then you're kind of like, you know, I'm side-eyeing you. So I just wanted to throw that out there to you, King Ramon. But I'm glad you're not really falling for it, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, no, not at all, no. Not without apologizing. Like, I just don't see people that try to do some fuck shit and then act like the fuck shit never existed or never happened. They usually aren't sorry about it at all. They just end up doing fuck shit, if not worse, later on down the road. So we'll see. We'll see. But the new update that I heard, he ended up doing a video that I saw, right? And like I said, I saw it on YouTube. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's a YouTube video, though. I think he either did it Instagram or Facebook. And he actually admitted to $400,000 being so-called kept from, you know, Rory and Mal for over the last 2 years. And he's saying it was an accounting error. Because on the video that he made, right? And I wrote it down so I can quote him. Y'all know how I like to quote. But these are his words, quoted, okay? He says, my brothers are in pain. I would be in pain too. If I felt like my man stole $400,000, if they would only take the time to look over the files that were sent over, you don't have to call, this cracked me up, you guys, listen. He was like, you don't have to call your brother a thief. You don't have to say your brother's a liar. You don't have to accuse your brother of things. You don't have to, oh yeah, he was like, you don't have to accuse your brother of things. Then he was like, you don't have to insult the music career. I died when he said that, right? Because he threw the music in there. And you know how, like, let me take a break from his little quote here. It had me cracking up because, you know, off and on about the couple of people in our little circle or whatever that's been discussing this off and on, we've kind of thrown out there how his music is these days, you know, like, you know, he was good back in the day, I'll admit that. But when he had said that, I was thinking, oh, he's more butthurt about you know, how his music skills are these days. But it made me giggle. But back to his speech that he was doing. But after the little music comment, he said, if they just look and see the error and a few important things. Let me see. Hold on. Because there's not really much left. He just talked about how, oh, and then he said, oh, how did he put it? Hold on, guys. Let me find it. Yeah, because he said if they just take the time to look and see the error, and he said he called it an accounting error. And then, oh, what was the other thing he said? Hold on. Oh, that's what he said at the end of it, right? Because there was a couple other sentences that he said, but it wasn't, you know, anything important. But he ended it. He was like, they are my brothers and I love them, right? And okay, hold on, because I got another thing I want to bring up, and I'm trying to figure out how to throw it in there. How about, okay, I can't remember. You guys are going to have to tell me if he was planning on suing them or not. Remember when that was kind of getting thrown around that everybody didn't know if he was going to try to sue them for, like, you know, trying to see the books and see the accounting, or if he was going to sue them because they've gone on, you know, like another show, even though they didn't start it, or however that was going around. Apparently he's not going to sue them anymore at all, because I guess because of this money error that's been proven, he wouldn't be able to sue them. I can't remember. It hasn't been broken down, but it's got something to do with the money that basically he couldn't sue them because it shows that even if an accountant did it, it makes him look bad. Hold on, I'm going to read the comments real quick, you guys. Yeah, King Ramon, exactly. Yep. Yes, NASA, I remember that. Nah, King Ramon's laughing at you because King Ramon's laughing, NASA, at your top 5. Look, King Ramon's got all that smoke for you, NASA, right? He needs to save that for Sandy's ass, right? But the whole thing, right, that I got from it, it was okay, because, like, you know, okay, and I'm a girl, I'm not a guy, so I know how you guys get and everything like that, but it seems like Joe was just so stuck with this, you know, he fired them, and, you know, that was that. Like, he really didn't give a shit, you know what I mean? And that's the whole thing we were discussing at other panels, was like, was he wrong? Was he right? You know, why would he even, you know, do them like that? Were they really not friends? And the big question was, he was saying on his podcast how, oh, it's our show and it's, you know, like all 3 of them together, even though in the contract allegedly it wasn't. So yeah, now it's came out because on the video he did, you guys can probably find it on YouTube like I did. He's saying, and it, like I said, he's very different on this video. He's very, like, monotone, like he's trying to act like he feels bad or something. And he's calling them, like, you know, my brother's this and my brother's that, and I love them. And it was just a whole different Joe, if you ask me. And it struck me really weird, because now that you've seen this error that he's calling it, and it's not a small error. This is apparently only over 2 years that there was $400,000 that he's trying to say that the accountant either made a mistake or it probably went to him. You know what I mean? And he just figured, being friends with them, that they wouldn't question his, you know, morality, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those two, I would think. But I was wondering, with this coming out, right? I wonder if now, with this coming out and he's saying he's not going to sue them, is that going to, like, maybe allow them to start their own podcast now, or what's going to happen with that? Because if I was in, I want to know your guys' opinions too, but if I was in Joe's shoes, right? And I fired my so-called friends on live, and they weren't even there when he did it, right? If I remember correctly. I mean, that's heartless as hell, honestly. You know, and then you get busted apparently, and you find out that, or he already knew that there's this $400,000, you know, that should have been split between all of them, apparently. Now you want to come out and either he's trying to save face because it's making him like, okay, his video that I saw, you guys, it kind of makes him look really fake to me. Like, because if you really cared about these guys, you wouldn't have fired them the way you fired them, right? Now, when you're trying to act like you actually care about them and, oh, I love them and this shit, it makes him look fake to me. You know, it just makes me seem that he's trying to save face, whether it's, you know, to his audience or so they don't sue him. You know what I mean? Because with this, what happens now? They've got a lawyer, right? The lawyer got to the books. Now there's this money that was missing. So are they suing him? Like, how are they going to end up getting their money? Because if Joe was able to keep it or had a leg up on them, he wouldn't go public with it. There's no way he would have went public with it. You know, but if he wanted to keep that cocky attitude that he had when he fired him, I mean, he should have just stayed in that attitude, because the way he's flip-flopping, it just looks untrustworthy to me. That's true, NASA. He might have. Yep. Hey, KT. He might have. Yep. I'm just reading the comments, you guys. I'm going to drop the link one more time. If you guys were Rory or Mal, right? What would you guys do going forward? Like, let's talk about that. Like, would you guys buck the system? And because, okay, I think it was Let's Talk last night that was saying in that contract, it says that they can't start their own podcast, right? But that doesn't mean that they can't go on other people's podcasts, right? So say that they start a podcast and put it under somebody else's name or what have you, and then they just are a guest on that podcast every other day or once a week or whatever, just to keep them relevant, because that's what Let's Talk was saying. And that's actually a really good idea, because like I said earlier, these guys aren't famous like that. So if they go a year without being, you know, out in the middle of the, you know, messiness, or their names aren't out there, people are going to forget about them. And then when they try to come back, you know, they're not comedians, or they're not anybody, you know, that can really draw attention. So their social media presence is going to be, you know, put in the dirt, and they're going to have to hold that L in my Larry voice. They are NASA? Okay. That's good then. They're going to have to if they want to. What do you think, NASA, about the $400,000 thing? Do you think that they're going to have to take him to court for it, or do you think because he's admitting it that he might just try to pay them to, you know, not make it explode any bigger than it already has? Because remember, at the same time, right, that doggone that girl is still throwing out the allegations against him, you know, her hug with what'd she say that he did? He gyrated his hips towards her or something. That is so over the top. Even if she said that, like, the other part of the podcast was edited out where he kept saying he wanted to sleep with her. Okay, if you're offended about that, be offended about that. But you know damn well that man did not, like, you know, that was weird. She's reaching on that one. I don't know. Maybe she was really offended by that, but it didn't look like any big thing to me. But she had to be stuck with him all the time too, though, because she worked with him. So maybe it's more than what we know. What the heck? You up here, NASA? It says that you're up here and it's not showing you up here. What in the world does that mean? What the heck? NASA, if you can hear me, stay on the thing. I keep trying to add you and it's not bringing you up. Oh, so he just jumps down. Try to come back up, NASA, because I added you to the stream, but you didn't get on the panel. Maybe it's just a connection or something. I've never had that happen before. CMW, you don't like daylight? Daylight is crazy. Daylight has some good stuff, I'll admit it. I think he's a little bit crazy for having the lightning bolts tattooed on his face, but other than that. Hey, King Ramon, did you see when Daylight went on Vlad? I think it was Vlad. And he dressed up like that white guy? That shit was hilarious.
Yo.
There you are.
I said, hey, yo.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you. What's poppin'?
Nah, so that was weird as shit. Like I would press add to stream and your face wouldn't come on here. That was weird.
Nah, it's all good. What's poppin' though?
Not much up here talking about, Joe Budden and his messy bullshit. Well, how do you feel about it? What do you think about now that he's admitting that there was $400,000 kept from these guys for the past 3 years?
Hold up. He admit, where did he admit that at? I actually admitted that.
He had a video, and
which one though? Which one though? Is it the one with the glasses on?
No, I don't think he did have glasses on. I don't know. I didn't notice. I was listening and taking notes, so I really can't remember. But I always forget, like, to get the damn link, and I could have dropped it, like, in the description box or in the chat, like I did that one day. But I saw 2 people that did videos on it, and they only did it today. So I don't know if it came out today or maybe last night.
Yeah, I didn't see that one there because I saw the last one I saw was the one where he said that a $400 mistake. How could you do that? Like he was denying it. So if there's a video where he's admitting to the 400,000, then this is really crazy, man. He deserves everything, even though he's my guy too, man.
Right. It might be. I know he was in a white T-shirt and he had a drink in his hand, and you might be right because he was saying that, yeah, there's a $400,000 error, but he was blaming it on the accountant. Like he didn't say that he did it or that he, had anything. He's trying to wash his hands of it, but he was saying like, oh, if they would just look at the papers that were sent over, they would see that it's an accounting error. But okay, how do you make that? You're good with numbers, NASA. How in the hell, if you're doing somebody, because you've I don't remember one day, there was something with numbers. We were not big numbers or anything, but you can just rattle them off really easy. So I'm assuming, are you not?
I'm all
right. see? But $400,000 is not something that like you're going to accidentally, leave 2 zeros off or, he had to have gotten the money somehow. And I don't know how rich he is, but that's a lot of money to just not notice in your account. You know what I mean? To not pay them their share or whatever. I don't know. Hey, Tommy.
The thing about it is, right? If he freaking really stole that money, that goes against everything he's been saying he's about. And even as a fan with him as a rapper, like that's why it's hard for me to believe that he stole that because of his perception of who he is, like who he's showing himself to be. So if he really stole that and he really did this shit, that would change a lot of my opinion about him. You feel me? So I don't really think that that's a thing. And just to let y'all know, man, the PS5 is it's a queue on PS Direct if you're into that. What would you say?
That is true, though. That definitely would make his character look like, but And like I was saying, I wonder what is going to happen. Like, is he going to try to, slide them the money under the table to keep it not to make it blow up any bigger, or I wonder what he's going to do about it. Because he's not
Yeah.
saying like, okay, if it was an accounting error, I don't know how that happens. That's such a big amount of money. I don't know how your accountant, just fucks that up. And if
Right.
he, you know what I mean? Like, how do you, he would be more angry, I would think. And he would be like, oh, I'm going to, get
Not
sue the
really.
accountant, or you
I
don't
don't
think
think he would
so?
be hot because I'm sure he's getting all his money. Because look, he's the one with the accounting, so he's the one. Because I've heard like big academics saying he's like obsessive with kind of shit. So he's going through the books constantly to figure that out. So he knows for sure where the books are at.
Oh,
They don't know where the books are at. It's his business. It's not their business. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's just what
right.
it is. And you know what is so goofy about this? This is how goofy this shit is. This is like us starting a podcast like with Maine with this shit that he's already started all these years, and then saying if it finally pops off like, oh, we deserve a cut. Like, no, we weren't there at the beginning. Like, I don't get how people don't
Right.
see how this is. Like I don't get that. Like if I was working on something my whole life, sacrificing and all that, I'm not giving up my shit neither. Like what? Hell no.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I know that happened with a guy. This is off the subject, but there was a veteran that ended up getting hurt or whatever, and he ended up coming back from the war, and he married a chick, and they ended up getting divorced, right? And she wanted alimony, like she wanted half of his disability check from the military,
Damn,
for I don't know,
damn.
like
His
10 years
disability?
or so. Yeah, like after he got
Yeah.
wounded and everything. But get this, he ended up going to jail and everything for not paying this lady. He took it to court again and again until he won, because he said she was not with me when I got hurt. She didn't know me. She didn't nurse me back to health. She wasn't there for my struggle I went through. So why should I have to pay her anything? You know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
he ended up winning it though. And now if you're a veteran and you do get any kind of disability from the military and you marry someone, unless they've got a leg to stand on, you don't have to give them alimony. So
You
that
said
was
like the stand on.
it,
Then you said this dude didn't have no legs.
that's messed up. I didn't think about that when I said it, NASA. That's cold blooded. Be
I
quiet.
was like, that was nice. You was nice with it right there.
That's crazy. Too soon, too soon.
Right. Now what you saying?
But yeah, no, I agree with you where you were saying that if that's really how it was. And everybody's argument like is, I watched their show a couple times, but I wasn't faithfully watching it. So I don't know if Joe had said this, but people keep on saying that he had said it live on air. This is our show. This is our show. And they're trying to say that because he let them think that they were, like partners or something like that, that's where they're getting the idea that it should be like, spread out to them too. But I agree with you. If they agreed on and signed a contract where it said, okay, you get paid this amount of money a week or a day or whatever in the hell it is, then, how can you go back and say that I want more money? Now if
Yeah.
they had in their contract, if they do a special event or something like that and they split it differently, then that's one thing. But if in their contract, they only got paid some sort of base amount, then why are they complaining? So I
Yeah.
side with you on that one.
And the thing about it is, right? It's like, but the thing about it is, see, the thing is, like that. See, this situation, they both sound so convincing that I don't know who's telling the truth at this point. I'm just
I
confused. Like
agree.
I'm waiting for that nice piece of steak to come out. Pause, so we can figure out where's this going. Like, you get what I'm saying? I need that one for sure piece of evidence. No, he say, she say, nothing. You get what I'm saying? Because like what makes me believe what Marlon and them were saying is because they said like when they would go to talk to him about it, he would get offended about it. You get what I'm saying? And like
Right.
that's kind of suspicious, like to me, because it's like that's a normal thing. Like you get what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's like it's kind of in some ways it seemed like he took advantage of their friendship, knowing that he was looking at it at the
Hmm.
business standpoint, and at the other point it looks like I don't know what it looks like. It just looks funny. You feel me? Like, I don't know.
It does. And like King Ramon says that Joe was saying our show to make them feel better, LOL. Even if he was saying our show to make them feel better, you know, why would he do that? Because doing that could end up biting him in the ass, you know, and then stuff like this would happen. So that's crazy. And Joe, he's not new to like business shit or contracts or anything like that. So, you know,
Yeah,
you would think he wouldn't make the mistake of doing this. I don't know. I think I
that's why it's
agree
so
with you though.
hard.
Exactly. Because, and like you said, they are all very convincing. They've all got emotion behind what they're saying. So you really don't know who's lying. Hey, Larry.
But you know the thing about it is, what up, Larry boy? You know what's up? Hey, the thing about it is, right? When you work for a job, they tell you like it's your company. Like they don't say our company, they say us. Like they make you feel like you're part of their company. But of course, you're not part of their company. You get what I'm saying? You're just an
Right.
employee of their company. That's what everybody does. Even if you walk into like a bakery or something, they'll say R. Like you get what I'm saying? Like they're not. Like, that's just how
Yeah, you're
everybody says
right.
it. Like that's a normal thing. You feel me? The difference is that he was their friend. So the friend part of it is what confused them. That's the thing about it. 'Cause they were trusting him. They were giving him like friend credit. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And you're right about that too, because say like, I don't know, say like I've worked for a place before, and if we would have like, you know, a company meeting or anything like that, they do that where they're like, oh, you know, it, you know, we're one thing and it's for the company and us, just like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes down to it, it's, you know, them.
They fight real quick, and then there ain't no more us. It's like, well, you have to find
Exactly.
somewhere to go. You feel me? And that's what happened in this case too. It was like you need to find somewhere else to go. Like, you get what I'm saying? They got the regular boot, man. Hey, I shed a tear and I got fired too, man. It happens, man. You gotta shed a tear. I don't. It ain't really even getting fired. It's something about you fired that just made you shed a tear. But it's okay, man. Just move on to the next one. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, because I can't remember who, I think it was you that said in the show today where you said that they're going to start their own podcast, that they're going to be able to do that. So if they're
Yeah.
allowed to do that, then they need to do that and just kind of like, you know, stop or whatever they're going to do about the money or what have you, but I don't know, maybe at the same time because they're not that famous, or you know, they're going to try to get as much attention as they can if they're going to start their own show.
Now they got
Maybe they're
it.
going to try, huh?
They're gonna start a new show. That's what they're about to do. But they got the
And maybe,
fans. Like they got fans. They have fans. They got it.
well, yeah, but they could always have more, right? So I mean, like maybe they'll try to get any publicity they can. You know what I mean? While they can,
Yeah, I think
because
they
it
might
won't
even be a
hurt.
competitor. I think they might actually be a competitor. You feel me? I think they might be a
Ooh,
competitor. And what you got to look at is like the fans were looking at it like us. Like you get what I'm saying? So in that us,
right.
they're going to spread like us. Like you get what I'm saying? There's not because they're not like they like everybody's not there for Joe. Everybody was there for them. So everybody's they're not going to split up. They're just going to be us. Like you get what I'm saying? The same fans that Joe's are going to be
Yeah,
over there with Rory. At first, it's going to be to see if they talk about each other, but then at the end of the day, it's just going to be like two divorced parents. Like, of course, you still go to see your mom and dad. You feel me? They're just divorced. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that.
yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh my God, King Ramon
Flat
said that
top.
Rory and Mel are starting a flat Earth podcast. I heard.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
shame.
Cause I
King
ain't gonna
Ramon,
front.
you,
When I first heard about this, I was kind of hot at Rory. I was more hot at Rory than everybody. Like,
really?
man, it's hell yeah. I'm like, what, who the fuck is you? Like, what are you doing? Like, if you don't sit your ass down and shit. But then once I seen that sit down with Mal and Rory, I was like, nah, I believe y'all kind of. You feel me?
Right, right. What do you think about which one of the guys are supposed to be related to a guy that oh gosh.
Rockefeller,
Who's
that's Mal.
okay. Now if he's related to somebody like that, um is it like a close relative? Do we know? I
His
can't
brother.
remember. Okay, so his brother. Okay. And what does his brother do exactly?
Biggs is like it was like Biggs, Jay-Z, and Dame Dash. Like they were like the head of that squad.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Biggs was more in the background. Like Biggs was like in the background, low key. It's a bald headed dude, kind of look like Ramen.
Okay. I was just wondering because if his brother was somebody that's, in the industry, I was like maybe he would somehow help him to get another job or some shit like that. I don't know. I just
They don't
wondered
need it.
who
They
it was.
clouded up. They're clouded up. They got all the clout right now. Like they don't need no promotion or nothing. This is all the promotion they are set. Like all they if they don't jump into that shit right now, they're done. It's gonna be their fault because this is the perfect time. Joe already said he's not gonna sue them. He said they could do it. Get
Right,
to it.
right, right. What do you think that their show will be about? Do you think they're just going to talk about stuff kind of like they did on Joe's show?
Yep, it's gonna be the same thing. More like a see their thing. See the thing is, but uh, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be the same. Normal topics and shit.
Right, right. That's kind of what I
Yeah,
thought too. And
yeah,
people probably want to, like you said, how they've already, they're clouded up already and everything. People will probably want to really talk to them too, so they won't have problems booking people at first either
yeah. They're
with
set,
everything that's
man.
going on.
They're set. They have the same amount of fans as Joe Budden's. Same amount. If Joe has any fans over them, it will be his musical fans. You feel me? But they have the same.
True.
Those Joe Budden fans are with them. Like you get what I'm saying? They all have the same
Yeah.
fans. Like they all share the same fans. I think they'll do better than. I think the Joe Buddens will stay like at the top. Then I think it'll be Rory and Maul. Then I think it'll be that See the Thing Is show. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, right. Well, how do you feel about the girl that talks on one of his podcasts or whatever? What do you think about the situation she's trying to bring out in the open?
I mean, the timing is funny, but I ain't gonna front. I was wondering what happened to her because I was like, what the I actually saw that episode. You know what's funny? I saw that episode, but I was not offended by nothing that happened. I just thought that was like because that's how Joe is. I just thought that was normal shit. Like they was joking. I thought everybody they were joking. But by her leaving, I was
Right,
like, where the fuck did she go? Like what? Like what? That's where I understand her opinion, her point and opinion. You feel me? Because low key,
right,
I what I gotta do is I gotta put it in her perspective. Like, say I was at a job and somebody's playing with me like that, that I wasn't really receptive to. I probably wouldn't come back because it's either I'm gonna have to hurt the person or I'm not coming back. You feel what I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
I
And
respect
I
it. I
don't know.
respect it.
Yeah, I ended up watching a thing where she was talking about it, and she had said that during that show, I guess when he had referenced a couple times about how he wanted to sleep with her, and he ended up saying that they were all ugly, or like like apparently he would like talk shit to them all the time, like every day that he saw them, and they had edited those parts out, is what she's saying, for the show before they posted it or whatever they did. The parts about him trying to want to F her are edited out, and I don't know. That's what she says.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Cause freaking, I seen that like the drug rate. I don't know, man. I don't got nothing to say about that part right there. You feel me? I don't know
Yeah,
about that part. I don't have nothing. I know it's damaging. That part is hella damaging. That was like this. That was the knife right there. You feel me? That was the knife. You feel me? But I don't got nothing to say. I can't really say nothing about her point of view. And how do you feel about that? Like, how would you feel in that situation?
well,
You probably be like, right
I
here.
guess that she I guess that she was like his DJ for the show or whatever, and I know that the interview that I saw her do, she was saying how she would kind of like ignore the things that he would like say to her and everything. And being a girl, I get it, she's very beautiful, so like she probably gets that a lot and is used to kind of like brushing it off or whatever. But she said that it started to bother her like when he would say that she needs to dress like she's single, like I guess he said like she covers up too much, or just little things like that would kind of bother me. But it would depend, like you know, when you're talking about working with somebody every day, and like if you're the DJ and you're not in the actual room with them or something, and you're making a lot of money and you can like run out, you know, before he gets to you afterward, it would depend like on the money I'm making if I had another job to go to or anything like that. But as
You don't
long as
drop
he's
them,
not
huh?
like,
You don't drop them.
yeah, well, yeah, like as long as he's not like physically touching her and shit like that, you know, I don't know. That's how I kind of am. But I'm not, you know, a lot of women are very bothered by little things like that. So, you know, I can't speak like that. I'm not, you know, I don't
Yeah, I
know. It's
can't
a
tell her
weird
how to feel.
situation.
Cause she might look at herself like that. Like she might have like that opinion of herself that if she may just not be you know, when you're not attracted to someone at all, every advance they make is just the end of the road. You get what I'm saying? So maybe she's just really not attracted to him like that, and that's why that happened.
That's
You
true.
feel me? I think that's more what it. I think more over him being her boss. She's just not attracted to him, so his advances were not cool to her or something. I don't know. I'm not a girl, man. But
Well, and it is kind of weird if it is like how she's saying, where he would do it all the time to her. It is kind of weird that if she shot him down, why he would keep doing it. I mean, even though Joe Budden is Joe Budden, he's also still Joe Budden. He can go out there and get bitches, you know what I mean? So it is kind of weird that, you know, he would just constantly be, you know, nagging at her every day, like she was saying that, you know, happened.
now you know what the most damaging part is? 'Cause I saw the video on YouTube with all these clips put together. Is I
Uh
guess
huh.
after that he went on like his show, and I guess he said something about like it's hard to be the boss because you want to fuck all the employees or some shit. That
Oh,
statement right
well.
there was the most crucialist statement ever because it confirmed
Yeah.
what she said. And I saw this all mashed up in one video. So I saw where they had her talking, they went to the timestamps that she said. Then right after all of that, they had that clip with them saying that after their show. I was like, damn, you said. I mean, but you gotta
Right?
understand,
That's
Joe was not a
crazy.
Joe
Like,
was not a CEO. Like he was like, you feel me? Like he wasn't this for the longest. You get what I'm saying? This is probably his
yes.
dream. Like he was a rapper, so you can imagine he wanted his rap career to be like this the whole time. This was the reason he complained on every song, and he's finally there. They were Rory and Mo ain't finally there because they not into that shit. He's finally where he's been trying to be for the last 20 years, and he finally gets there. Of course, he's gonna have an ego. Of course, he's not used to this shit. It's like we're not even giving him rules to grow. We're just trying to take his shit away because we see where he came from. That's the fucked up part. People are
True,
trying to take
true.
his shit away because they know, because they remember old Joe, and they're trying to like put him back to where he was at. Like, you
Mm,
feel me? Like, it's like you grow up
yeah.
and you change. Like, people never want to accept who you grew into. They always want to look at you as who you were. So when you have a little bit of money, like they're all hoping that they can't wait for the day they can call you a bum ass nigga again. Like that's what everybody's waiting to do. Like they just want to be like, "See, we told you, Joe, you bum ass nigga." That's what Charlamagne's doing. But Charlamagne wants to be like a fucking Joe Buttons too.
I was just gonna bring that up because I don't know much about that. What is the deal with people saying that Charlemagne is trying to like, you know, basically egg this on, or you know, he doesn't. So him and Joe don't really get along.
It's but their situation is the weirdest because like I remember they had a pull up and they seemed like they're mad cool. It seems like they're just two people that know each other and know each other's games, so they talk to each other like honestly. You get what I'm saying? Joe Budden knows who
Okay.
Charlamagne is. Charlamagne knows who Joe is, so they talk to each other a certain way. You get what I'm saying? But Joe Budden is like,
Right.
see, Charlamagne can't really talk because Joe Budden is doing it from the bottom up. Like, you get what I'm saying? He didn't go to some big
Yes.
network and get like everything given to him at one time. He's going from the ground up. I respect that grassroots grind. You feel me? Charlamagne's
Yes.
talking from like a more corporate standpoint, but he's trying to be like what Joe Budden is striving for. You get what I'm saying? And he's hating on him. I feel like he's hating on him, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. And I've never really I'm not a big Charlemagne fan, like, you know, at all. I just don't like how he just talks really mean to some people sometimes, and I don't know, I don't like it.
Yeah, he talks mean, but then right when they want to catch the fade, he want to call lies. Man, I hate people like that, man. That shit is just like
Yeah,
Like that
that's
was the most
true.
annoying is people that just talk shit and act like they're like this, but they're not really like that. That shit is annoying because it's like, why are you even talking like that? Stop fucking talking like that. You
Right?
get what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
Exactly.
Now you want to tell it. Now you want to like stop fucking back. Man, see, they about to flip me out, man. Hold up. Hold up.
Uh-huh, exactly. Hey, Crypto. Hey, Fresh Brown. Hey, Dre.
Hey, what
Trying
up,
to
Fresh
see. I think
Brown?
it
What's
said
popping,
shout out
boy? What
to
up,
Tommy.
Tommy? What's popping? What up, Crypto boy? Yo, yo.
Yes.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
that situation is really, really screwy. Like you said, I'm sitting here with bated breath, wondering what's going to happen with the 400,000 thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. I want to see what happens, and how you said where more info will come out, or maybe even different proof will come out to where we do know who's lying and who's telling the truth, or who's half and halving the truth and lies. Like you said, it's very, very hard at this time to tell who's being honest.
But you know who I believe out of all of them? I believe what Maul says, man. I believe Maul's integrity. I believe that shit. So the one I really believe out of everybody is Maul. 'Cause I don't feel like Maul's. He's kind of like me, like, or I'm like similar to him since he's older. It's like you don't got time for the bullshit. Like I'm not about to sit here and just bullshit you and just sit here and lie. Like I'm gonna give you the 100 and that's it. Like you feel me? Like I believe
Yeah.
Maul, and that's why what Maul was saying. What Maul was saying, like, I'm really that's the storyline I'm really believing the most is Maul. I can believe what he's saying. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Because he knew Joe from the beginning. Like he knows Joe. Like they lived together and shit. So you feel what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah, that's right.
even though Joe tried to play him with the you had the laundry detergent in your room and shit, he still didn't come out like spiteful, like you this and that. He was just kept it gangster. You know what I mean? I respect that.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of sad when you see people that are supposed to be friends fall out like that, online to where everybody can see, because you have seen it just like everybody else has seen it on social media, where people will be friends and the minute that they have an argument or they fall out, they start completely airing out each other's laundry all over everywhere online. Like that shit's crazy. And some people need to remember, like, if you do that, well, shit, it happens on YouTube. But if you do that, you can't take that back. Like once it's on the internet like that, it's either somebody screenshotted it, recorded it. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be there.
Right. That's how it is. Like that shit is crazy. You feel me? Like, well, especially with the internet. That's why it's like the internet is pretty permanent. Like, I guess they say you can't really delete nothing off the internet.
Right.
So yeah. So, I mean, what you really believing about it? Who do you believe the most?
Oh, it's so hard to say. I'm like you to where I've watched videos with, and like the one I watched today with him talking about it, and okay. The one thing that kind of side eyes me to Joe Budden is where, like how you and I had talked earlier, where he's bringing up, okay, and acknowledging that there's a $400,000 issue, but he's blaming it on, like the accountant. He's not taking any kind of, self blame, like, oh, maybe I didn't, like you said that he keeps on top of the books. So if that's true, you know, he can't really act like he didn't know about this. And they're trying to say that it's over 2 years. So, that kind of makes me look at him, sideways. But other than that, I don't know who to believe. But that's the only thing that's kind of got me, side eyeing him a little bit.
Yeah. Who knows, man? We gotta see, man. When is the last news you heard? Like, when
Exactly.
was the last update you got? Like, did you see something today or yesterday, or what you see?
It was earlier today. And that's just what I
Um,
had talked about, where he was talking about the 400,000, how he was saying that he loves them, and that if they would just look at the paperwork that got sent over, they would. He didn't really say what would happen if they looked at the paperwork. He was just saying, like, if they would only look at the paperwork, they would see that it's an error. And when you
so he
say
did say
error,
error.
yeah, like he's saying, like he's acting like somebody typed up something and left some zeros out or put too many zeros on. Like he's acting like it's a mistake. He's not accusing somebody like, you know, when an accountant screws over a celebrity or something like that, and they like blast their business all over, they sue them, they get their money, whatever. He's
Right.
not doing that. It's not like he's like, oh yeah, the accountant, this money's missing and I'm gonna get in his ass and da 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 da. He's not.
Right.
He's just saying, yeah, he's just saying like it's an accounting error. So it's still really weird to me how he's saying it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
Oh,
know,
look at
man.
what
I'm
Tommy
believing him
said.
all though. He said,
Yeah, I agree. Tommy says it might be a mistake or something that he can hide well. So like maybe he was trying to like, because Tommy said above that one, they all hide money from the IRS. That'd be crazy, right? If he was trying to kind of like, what do they call it? Launder the money into different places so he would avoid taxes. Because weren't people saying that when Mal and Rory wanted to get into the books, he kept denying it and denying it and denying it. I mean, if you didn't, I get that you don't want them in your business, but at the same time, if you don't have anything to hide, why would you fight it so hard? Unless it's just, principle.
unless he's really that like taking it as disrespect, like you're my friend, you should know who I am. But the thing about like you have to be a real stubborn person to be like that, to be like, I
Yeah.
can't believe you're asking. But I feel like type of person I am, if somebody, even if it's my friend, even if it's my son, ask me like, where's the money? I would be like, motherfucker, I would show you fast, like right here, like you feel it would be nothing to do that. So the fact that he's like, it's like that's what makes it so weird to me. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know what
Yep.
that's about. Like what's so hard about showing somebody the book, especially if it's we, like especially if I'm like getting a percentage. Like what? Like you can we can. That's what will make me have to catch a fade. Like what do you like? What? Yeah, catch this fade. Like,
I got time today.
like you
Exactly.
feel me? Like, what are you talking about? Like you gotta catch the fade, man. Fuck it, man. Like,
I agree. I agree.
man, sure. Yeah, man. Tommy D, I like to say, don't you come up to say that shit, man? What you talking about?
Yeah, right. Hey, Jay Savage. Hold on. Jay Savage says he didn't say that it was an accounting error. It was an account. Oh, shit. Look at what Jay said. He said it was an accounting method. They had a 2-year deal, and the $400,000 expense was allocated over the 2 years, likely 200K each year. What the hell?
So what does that mean? I don't. I'm not.
Uh,
Maybe I'm not understanding. To break that shit down. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
okay, well, what I'm getting from it, because it is Jay Savage, but what I'm getting from it, okay,
I
he
mean, I know it
didn't
makes
say
sense.
that it
It
was
does
an,
make sense, but
yeah, but kind of it, and kind of it doesn't, or at least to me. Maybe I read because he's saying he didn't say it was an accounting error. It was an accounting method. Now I didn't hear him say that, but maybe he did on a different,
okay.
not the one that I watched. They had a 2-year deal, and the 400K expense was allocated over the. So he's basically saying the $400,000 was their salary. So it was 200,000 each year for each one of them. So is that what you're saying, Jay? Is like that was their,
What?
like their
Hell,
pay?
it can be because if that's the case, they wouldn't have got paid. Like hell no. Like what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah, I
That
don't know
sounds
about
kind
that.
of
Yeah, I just can't break down what he's saying because I'm working right now and I gotta stay focused. That's why I can't really break down what he's just saying.
right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm taking from it is that he's saying that 200K each year over a 2-year deal, is 400K, and it's an expense that was allocated over the 2 years. So if it's, an expense, then that would mean that's basically their pay, like their paychecks. Like Tommy said, he said, well, that's totally different. Okay, now Jay says, Maury and Raul didn't understand business, and that's why Joe is frustrated with them. Actually, I don't think it was an expense. It was 400K in income.
Okay.
Uh, well, okay, I don't know because that would mean, yeah, but then because maybe there's another video, because the video I watched, he didn't say that it was, what did Jay Savage say it was? He didn't say that it was an accounting method. He kept saying that it was, an error.
Honestly, that would make the most sense if it was like an accounting method. It's like basically a method like how they do the accounting. It's basically like
Right.
they just have a method of how it's like documented. I can understand that more than it being an error. Actually, the method sounds better than error to me.
Yeah, like if he could say that was the thing, like if they really broke down, I don't know if they've said how much they got paid each show or whatever they got paid, but if the 400,000 over 2 years breaks down evenly between the two of them as to what they got paid, then bam, there you go. That would be, that would make sense. Okay, Jay said, oh shit, I lost it. Hold on. He said it wasn't an expense, it was income from a deal. Okay, Maury, they wanted to see the entire 400K in the books for 1 year.
But no, it couldn't be for a deal because like they're actually for the books for shit they were involved in. Like he wouldn't bring them like an overall accounting. Like he's bringing them the accounting from the show, like that circle. Like
Right,
you feel me? Because they don't have nothing to do with his normal other shit.
right,
But
yeah.
but basically he was just being daddy. That's honestly he was just being daddy. I'll handle the bills. Y'all just live, go to school, do what you gotta do. Come home, I'll feed you. Don't worry about it. Like he was doing that to them. Like you feel me? That's just what it was. Like I see it, and
Right,
that's honestly that's what DJ was saying. I can't even front. Like honestly, it seems like DJ Academics kind of got in their heads. Like DJ Academics has something to do with this shit too, because the shit that he's talking is like what they're basically saying. Like it seems like he kind of opened their eyes to like, you know what I mean? What do you think? You don't think
I
that?
agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that DJ Academics definitely had a hand in it. And that's kind of a shitty thing, right? For him, he's always such a shit starter. But for him to like get into their heads and kind of like be the reason for this, or because I think that's what Larry was saying, that like he was basically behind it all. That's crazy. Like you know if they really weren't worried about it before he brought it up or got in their heads about it, that would be crazy.
Yeah, because you gotta look at it like why this guy Rory comes up out of nowhere like, oh, this what was annoying me about Rory, right? He was coming up like, oh, I want to own some of this. What? Man, if you don't sit your ass down, you talk about you want to own some of this. If you don't get your ass out here, like, I will be the same. Like, what? Hell no. If you don't sit, you talk about I want a piece of the YouTube. What? If you don't sit your ass down, like, what the fuck is you talking about? I want some of the Patreon. Like, what? If you don't start your own channel, man, get your bum ass out of here. Like, you feel me?
Right,
Like that's how I would be. Like, you get me? Like, hell no, you ain't getting none of that, man. You getting this money
right.
right
This is
here.
not
You
what we
feel
agreed
me?
upon. No.
Because at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. Joe did put them in the position to get that. Like, without Joe, they wouldn't be
True.
there. Like, you have to give him, like, the benefit. Like, you got
True.
to give him that credit. Like, they've gotten the most money they've ever gotten in their whole life because of Joe. Joe is
Right.
denied deals and turned deals down because of them. Like, Joe has been stand up in certain situations, so they can't just shit on him. You feel me? They good
Right.
now. Ma was wearing some expensive. I'm into fashion and all that shit. The shit Ma be wearing, that shit ain't $2. Like that shit is high fashion. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
I
like
agree.
they're getting mad cheese. Like you get what I mean? Like come on now.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Hey, Lady Fresh. And then
Yeah,
Jay
I
Savage
mean,
said, exactly, NASA. He said that's why he gave them the accounting in Excel format. Joe was doing business and allocating his outside deals to the podcast.
right. Because
And then he
you know
says
they
he,
said, oh no, what did you say? Go ahead.
oh, he says he did it because the podcast money wasn't generating the amount of income he felt that they deserved.
They wild. They was getting
Hmm.
too much. Hey, Ramen boy, they don't get no royalties off YouTube. How you gonna get royalties off a YouTube chat? bro. That, like I said, you got your channel right now. So say, look, you see I'm on Faith shit right now, right? Say in a couple years her shit go platinum, right? That's like me saying, Faith, I'm on this, or say she has a she starts a podcast on this channel and I join her podcast. But she's had this channel since now, right? Say this is 2 years later. That's like me coming to Fave, like, Fave, we've been doing this podcast, so can I get some of the YouTube? What? Hell no. Like, the fuck? Hell, man, if you don't sit your ass down, like, you ain't getting none of that.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
this is my channel. Like, I don't get what y'all not understand. This is my shit. Like, you feel me? Start your own channel. Joe even said he gave her
Right.
permission to use the footage. He gave her permission to put the footage on their own channel. That would at least get them 20,000 views per video. Like,
Yeah,
girls
that
getting
was a
100
big
or something.
thing. Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
Yeah. That was a
come
big
on
thing. Yep.
now. They would get 20
Yep.
off jump. Like they could drop the Joe Budden on Rory's channel and he would get 20 off jump. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he could have easily built that up, but he didn't. That's on them. That's on them, man. They
Right.
didn't use the cloud. Like, they didn't deposit the coins.
Now, they did say that he took that offer back. Did he take it back because they were, arguing over the money thing?
I don't know. I don't know that part.
I don't know either. I know that I remember hearing that though, that he had said that, and that was a really big thing. Like, and if they would have took that and ran with it, then like you said, they'd be good. So I don't know. It's crazy.
But who said he took it back? Like, where they say that at?
I can't remember. I don't remember if that was Larry, because Larry knows so much more about it. I think it might have been on his show when he was talking about it. It was either him or when Maine had done it. I can't remember.
Yo, I don't
And it
know,
had
man.
it intertwined with the whole thing to where they couldn't have the. And I gotta, because I can't remember either when. I think it was more of a question, but then it became a fact when people were saying that they didn't know if they could go and start their own podcast. And then people were saying that in the contract, or Joe had announced it, that they're not allowed to. I remember that, to where they weren't going to be able to start their own thing for a year. But now it's saying that they can. So I don't
Yeah.
know. This shit is like going back and forth like a damn teeter-totter. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm rocking with what Ma says. I believe what he says, like, out of all of them. So if he says that's what it was, I believe that shit.
Right, right. And then King Ramon says part of the percentages is based on the YouTube views. Well, yeah, but okay, I'm new to YouTube. I don't know, like, if they were getting paid off of YouTube, doesn't YouTube pay by, like, how do they pay you? By ads, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know. I
Okay,
don't have
so
a YouTube channel. I don't, that's what I hear, though.
right. I'm trying to remember. I know that it changes all the time. I do know that much. Because I know that when they started with that super chat thing, everybody was all excited about it. And then they found out that if you do give people money on super chat, they end up taking like 30% or some shit. Like, it's really high. Okay, Tommy says that, okay, so YouTube pays you by views. Ad views. Okay. So if what King Ramon is saying, that they pay you based on the YouTube ad views, well, then that would mean that that would mean that either in their contract, if they were getting paid a base salary, then they would win, because some of the shows might not get as many views or ads as the other ones. So they would come out on top, you would think, doing it that way. I don't know. This shit is confusing. Yeah, Jay, I remember somebody saying that. He's saying that they did nothing to bring in deals or generate any income to the podcast. They worked 6 hours a week and wanted to get rich. And that Joe was the one that brought the money to the podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, how can look? This is like me. Like, how can I come from a? Listen here, man. If I don't know their situation before the podcast, but I'm looking at my situation. I work like a regular job. You feel me? If I had the
Right. So they're
chance
basically
to work
biting the hand
somewhere,
that's feeding them.
exactly. If I had the chance to work a podcast and make money like that, like in the hundreds, like what? That's not even a question. So it's like I don't know, man. Like I just think differently about it. You feel me? I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Yeah, like they would be like I said, if that was how it was going, they'd be winning because some videos might not, make anything when others would probably make a lot. So you would think that they would like if you aren't getting paid hardly anything in another situation and then you get this good ass job and you're only working 6 hours a week, then why are you complaining?
to sit down and talk for 2 hours, like you're sitting and talking for
Exactly.
2 hours, like you're making $100,000 to sit and talk for 2 hours for twice a week. Are you serious? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's up, hey boy?
What's up, Faith?
What's
Not
popping, there,
much.
boy? What's good, boy?
What's up, NASA? How you guys doing?
Charlamagne, what's good with your dusty ass, boy?
Shit, I've been up since early in the morning with my insurance, making appointments and doing all sorts of stuff that I need to make. So,
That's what's up,
yeah,
man.
that's pretty much
Sounds
what
fun.
being on fucking hold for 18 minutes each call. It ain't fun. But, I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do because I got insurance, so
You said he was on hold
Right.
for 18 minutes.
yeah.
That's it?
Well, this time sometimes I've been on hold for like an hour and a half sometimes.
Bruh. Try calling Finish Line the day some Yeezys drops about trying to return some Yeezys or some shit. You gonna be
Nah,
on for 2 hours. You over talking
but
about
this
15 minutes,
health
man. Get up out of
insurance.
here.
This ain't insurance like
I hear you.
shoes. You
Yeah, I
get
feel
me?
you. You talking about some real shit. I got you. I got you. I'm just talking shit.
Shoes that is either I caught, I win, or I lose. Like I don't really care about shoes. Like
Shit, that's like, have you guys ever had to call the IRS? Oh my God, you'll be on hold there for like half a day. That shit's stupid.
never. And I hope I never have to do that.
Yes, exactly. And especially when you don't have like, you only have like a minor question, but you can't find it anywhere online and you have to call them. That sucks.
I hate when you have to be on hold for so long. But what were you guys talking about the Joe Budden shit?
Yeah, yeah. What are you thinking about? I know you were probably listening to what we were saying. Like, what do you think about all of it to where when it comes down to like what Jay Savage was saying, like to where this $400,000 that's allegedly coming up, whether it's whether it was kept from them or whether it was supposed to be allocated for their salary or like, do
I
you
mean,
think that they
it all comes down to contracts, like, and then like we don't know the contract, so we don't know like what was in the contract. What if it in the contract that they're not part owners or something? Then who gives a fuck if this is the the books or not? But if they're part owners, I mean, they have a right to see it, don't they?
right? But I think everybody's established that they weren't, and I think people are saying that Joe might have been really vague about it and might have led them on to think maybe. I
That
mean,
they
it's a
were.
stretch. Yeah, that they were. So that's where they're coming from. I don't know.
But I mean, like like they're not little kids. Like you gotta know, like you gotta ask questions too. Like that, like
Right.
I mean, if you're not asking questions, then you like when it comes down to money, you need to ask questions because in the end of the day, you you can get screwed easily, and money's money. You get me?
Yep, and especially when it's whether it's like with family or with friends or whatever, like you really got to make sure you're crossing your T's and dotting
And
your I's.
especially when it's like with people that you're super close with, because
Yes.
in reality that's what like how they said, more money, more problems. Like it, like people like money is. the root of all evil, and it money makes the world go round. So like when there's money problems, at the end of the day, like you got I don't know, you just gotta watch out with money. Money is real. It's a real complex thing that it's either like you could do the money. You could lose with money. You could lose friends,
Yep.
relationships that you have
Family.
for family. You could lose anything like with money because money is makes everything go around. You get me? So money is when it comes out to money is a complex thing. I don't know. Like
Right, right.
Hey Fave, you can hear A boy, or do you ever say you want him to say that? Or is that me? Is my signal messed up or something?
and that's it.
I can hear.
I've been having that stutter since I got hit. Since
Oh,
I
that's
Oh, you're being funny, NASA. You're not right there.
no, it's all
Oh,
good. It's all
nah.
good.
And that's why I fuck with A boy, because he he's not as sensitive as everybody makes him out to be. He can take this shit, man. That's why I fuck with him. Like, he's a cool dude like
yeah, you
that, man.
can.
That's why I
It,
respect
it,
him for that shit, man. I respect people like that.
it's all good. Like I mean, like they say it should go away like with time, but I mean, like it's because I couldn't talk good for 3 months because I had the halo. So they said that like it just takes time and stuff. The bird
Yeah.
cage, as they call it in the dome, you know.
Yeah, I thought my Wi-Fi was
Right,
fucking
right.
up. I was like, this nigga, and I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
NASA, you're wrong
Ah,
as hell.
Nah, I'm
Hell no.
fucking
And I'm
around.
over here like,
What's
no,
up,
I can hear him okay. Hell no.
No, I'm
female,
just joking. I'm just joking.
Faith is right there. Like I ain't gonna say shit,
Yeah,
but
right. Like I fell for it. A boy actually knew what you were talking about. That's a damn shame. Shout
This
out to
is
King
hilarious.
Ramon. Thank you, King Ramon, for the cash app. Thank you, thank you. Um, that's crazy. Hey boy, I have got to ask you this too. When you were on here and like how everybody comes at you really hard about, the money situation, I don't want to bring it up. But
hmm.
I noticed that somebody had said on the troll page that I can't remember who said it in the chat, but they were saying that
You
if you
can't.
had
You're like the only one that you're one of the only people. I know a lot of people caught it, but a lot of people won't even bring it up. But you did catch it. That it's the same thing that I've been saying since the beginning.
well, no, I want to fix it though because I don't if it can be fixed because okay, somebody had put in the chat that you said something about Tommy, right? Like I get along
Exactly.
with Tommy. Tommy's cool.
That's why everything
That's
started.
what started it.
Yep.
Well, did you ever apologize to Tommy or like what
Yeah,
what
I did.
happened? Like,
Yeah, I did.
you did?
Yeah.
Did he accept it?
The, it, if you accept it or not, it ain't my problem. You get me? Like I mean, like
Oh, so you don't really know if he because I was gonna say that like you're not the type of person that I don't know you that well, but I would think that, how you talk to Larry about it, how you talk to me about it, it seems like you want to fix it. You know what I mean? And like how you said you're
I've
gonna
been
put
wanting to fix it, but they're the ones that don't want to fix it, and then they just block
Hey,
me.
hold up,
So
hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, real quick. This
what
sounds
happened?
real good, right? This sounds like some good shit. Hey, what is y'all talking about? Hey, boy, go back to the beginning. What happened, boy? Let me hear
oh
that.
Lord.
Let me hear
No,
that.
well, Faith said the whole thing. Like
Actually, Fave, let me know what happened. Like, just give a brief synopsis of what's going on. Would you
Okay, I'll
say?
give you the cliff notes. Okay,
Yeah, let me
basically
get
what
that.
happened was when A boy, and this is what I know, A boy, if I leave something out, you can elaborate. But basically when A boy, like when we kind of just ran across him when he still had his halo on and everything, he was struggling really bad and like he needed help, like to pay his rent or whatever. So people came together and they sent him money to pay his rent. Well,
Right.
allegedly something happened with A boy and Tommy to where A boy said something bad to Tommy, and then ever since then people have been saying that he's a scammer and that he lied about needing help to pay his rent.
Okay. Did you really need help with paying your rent though?
uh
Did you really need help paying your rent?
yeah.
So what's the problem then? I don't get it.
Um that I told Tommy that he was high and they caught on me and like that's the
Oh,
problem.
Wait a minute. Is that when you were on my panel saying that you were in a chat? You had said that you thought methadone meant meth, so you said Tommy was high, but you ended up getting kicked out because of your phone or something like that, and you weren't able to explain what you meant because you never knew what methadone was.
No, they blocked me, but you know when
Oh,
you time somebody out and you could time them out like for like you could time them out for 300 seconds, 300 seconds,
Yeah,
300 seconds. So they timed me out to it got
like
to a
20
point that it
minutes.
was like 20
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
you
so you
saying
could
that.
never say what you meant.
Exact
Okay.
exactly.
But did you go back to? But you went back to Tommy and explained to him that you didn't.
I couldn't go back because I was blocked.
Oh, because I remember you had mentioned that to me, and I think it was. I can't remember who else was up here with us. It might have been Larry. I can't remember. Like a week ago or whatever, where you were like, "That's what
I
happened." You,
think it was you and Ramon or you and Larry. I can't remember. Yeah,
yeah, it was one of the two. But I remember you were saying that you were like, you didn't know what methadone was. You thought it was meth, and so that's why. Oh my God, that is crazy.
Man,
yeah, because that like I didn't know that they replaced like it's like when you're in the hospital and they're giving you like morphine, but like when you're in the street they're giving you like oxys and shit. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like things like that. Like I didn't know that. Like when you're on fucking meth for, but what I was getting at him was that he's been on that shit for. He's never been sober because he's been on that shit for like 15 years or 10 years. So like that like they're
There's
doing.
no way he's been on that shit that long. No, who told you that
I
shit? I don't
swear to
believe that
Faith,
shit.
Faith. I swear to you, ask him how long he's been on methadone.
He
but
wasn't.
what's that
Tommy, are
got to
you
do?
still
What's that
in
to do with
here?
anything?
He
That's
said
true
it.
too.
He said it himself.
Well,
You
yeah,
said
but
what?
NASA's trying to say like if he was on it though, because I don't know a lot about that stuff, but I do know that like some people need
Man,
it
stop
just to
playing, Faith. You be on that meth.
Yeah, right.
Every morning he goes and he gets his
Well,
medication
yeah, but if that
supposedly.
keeps them from, doing drugs, like that's a good thing. You know what I mean? And that's a
I
listen.
mean, like but it's like me being addicted to like morphine, but like
Right, but listen, hey boy, listen though. There's people because they're trying to say recently that addiction is like a disease. It actually changes your brain chemistry. So if you've got diabetes and you have to have insulin, if you have high blood pressure and you have to take high blood pressure pills every day, then maybe you got to take something like methadone every day to function normally. Like, you know what I mean? If it
Yeah,
doesn't, it might not even alter, people. It might be something that people will have to take you know,
yeah.
you know, so it's
I feel you,
that,
Well, let me hold up. Let me explain like let me explain like
are
this. Hold up, real quick, real quick. Let me explain like this, right? So I used to
mhm.
smoke cigarettes, right? I used to smoke cigarettes. You feel me? All different types. Did my thing. But to get off the
true.
cigarettes, it was hard for me to just like say fuck it, like you give me. So what I said was like what I ended up doing, or how life. I didn't even plan on doing this, but how I ended up getting off on was like I went to like electronic cigarettes. And then from the electronic cigarettes, I quit because it was easy to get off of those. You feel me? I
uh,
feel like
Right.
that's what methadone is. Methadone is just that little bridge to get you to sobriety. It's a bridge. You're not supposed to stay there, but it's
how
like a
long
middle between.
how long of a stretch did it take you? Because in the end of the day, if you're still smoking, um, if you're still vaping like electronic cigarettes, then you never stop smoking cigarettes. At the end of the day,
No, I did quit. I said I got off the electronics. But anyways, but look, I don't
no,
know what he's on, but the thing about it, if methadone is usually like clicked up with like heroin and shit. Like that's usually heroin is not something you could just like quit. Like it's a body. Like your body's addicted to that shit. So as long as it takes, you feel me? Like sobriety, low key. Look, sobriety doesn't is not just like a month thing. Like that's like a lifestyle. Just like losing weight is a lifestyle. So he might
No,
be in
I get
recovery.
you.
He's gonna be
I
in
get you
recovery for his
because
whole life. You feel me? Like, what do you?
Right, right.
I get you because I gotten sick from not drinking because I drink I used to drink heavily, so I've gotten sick from not drinking. But you see that I even
You say you drink
apologized to him
Hennessy.
because I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that shit. So I apologized to him. You get me?
Yeah,
I
but
apologized,
you
but when I apologized, I was already it was already like a done
Too
deal.
late.
It was already like it was set in stone. You get me?
Yeah.
so you guys are enemies or something or what?
I don't consider him my enemy. I mean, like he didn't do nothing to me, and I didn't do nothing to him. So, I mean, how are we gonna be enemies?
The only
I don't
thing
think this
I
shit.
want to understand though is even if everybody who likes Tommy was mad at you for what you said, right? How does the scamming thing come into play? Because I don't
That's what I don't understand either.
that's so
Oh, see, that
weird.
make it
Then
seem like you scamming. Since you don't know what the scam is, that make it seem because you talk about I don't know what it is neither. Like what? Hold up, hold up,
that's what I don't
hold
get,
up.
NASA.
Faith understands me because she seen what they said in the chat.
Nah, Faith ain't co-signing that. She asked you the same question. She ain't
Well,
co-signing
no,
that.
yeah, right. But he's trying to say that like I've seen like the stuff that people say to him, and they do like they jump on him and they're like, "Oh, you're a scammer. Go scam somebody else." Like, and I've seen that. That's why I want to understand it because I want to know is A Boy because I lost a subscriber over dealing with A Boy because for apparently just listening to his side, and that bothered me. You know what I mean? Because I want to know like okay, is he lying? Is he telling the truth? Like, I wish somebody would come out and like
But
just.
what did they say in the chat the other day? If you would have never said anything about Tommy, they
Oh
would
yeah,
have
and
never.
I can't remember who said it. It was on the troll page in the chat. Somebody
It
was
was Sean Mack.
okay. So you saw, what I'm talking about, where they were like, they said they were like, if you would have said nothing about Tommy, you probably would have been okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm just. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't understand it.
So, if I would have never said anything about Tommy,
I need drugs.
they would have never
Did
said
Oh
somebody
nothing.
say
Who
shit!
this?
drugs? Did somebody say
Who
drugs?
this? Who this
I
old
need some drugs.
fluffy, jiggly, puff face ass? Who this, Rael?
I heard drugs and I need them now.
What's poppin', boy? What's poppin'? That nigga's hilarious, man.
That's a mess.
Oh yeah.
Megan.
Megan's tongue. That's a shame.
Her tongue look
Hey,
like it stink too. I ain't gonna lie. Damn.
yeah, but yeah, that's very much. But I mean, that's why they throw me in the page. I go back every single day. Like, you get me?
Well, and
Like,
that's the thing, NASA. Like, okay, I was thinking to myself, right? I was like, if A-Boy really did scam people, why would he keep showing his face? Like, why wouldn't he have just taken it and ran, right? Because, like,
'Cause
but
it's not like they could
I'm the
do
only.
anything. No,
Like
like
I
what could you
can't.
do though? Like, of course you would show up. Like, this is still was entertainment. Like, it's not like they can take his phone away, take the internet away. No, yeah, like he just scammed them and he's
yeah,
still doing his thing. You
Yeah,
feel me?
well,
but like I show my face and like I came up and everything. Like I'm not hiding. Like people like supposedly people that are real. They don't even come up. So how do we know that they're real?
Bro, people rob banks with no mask all the time, man. People rob liquor stores with no mask. You feel me?
that's true.
It's all on the
That's true.
person. That don't really say much, man. It's all on the person. You feel me? I don't know what
Yeah.
your I don't know what your moral compass is. Like I don't know how you feel about different
Well,
things. So
he
I don't
said that
I
he
can't
was
tell.
gonna. Well, like when him and Larry and I were up here last time, he said that he was going to actually pay people back. That way, he could show that like he didn't have any bad intentions.
Yeah.
And like Larry was saying, that's a really good idea, because then, if they still talk bad about you, at least your conscience is clear. So, and
But
I think that
see,
is a really good idea. Like if he does pay the
nah,
people back, what?
nah, because you know why I don't believe that? Because if he pays them back, he did it, man. If he pays it back, he did it. You know why I feel like he did it? Because why would you pay something back for something you did? Like if somebody gave me money for something that I really did what the money was for, I ain't paying you back shit. Like what? You feel me? Like nah, I wouldn't pay nobody back if I really did what I said I was going to do. If I
That's
didn't
true.
do
I can
that,
see both
then
sides
I
of
would do
that.
that.
I can see both.
Why would you pay them? Was it a loan? Like, did they loan them the money? Like, what the what?
Yeah, it
Did
was like, well, a boy, I don't know that. Was it like
nah,
given?
nah. It was given. It was given.
Well, damn.
Yeah, but I mean,
But no, don't take
It's
my
not.
advice because
That's
I
not.
don't know the situation. So don't take my advice. If you feel like you should give it back, if you, 'cause I did hear you say tell Larry
no,
that
like
that's a good
like
idea. I did see you say that. Like I did see that.
I never even thought about that. It was a suggestion. You get me?
Yeah, he was just
I
thinking
see.
that if he did that, that maybe it would show that he didn't have any bad intentions. But
Now
you
you're gonna
do
say
bring up
NASA told me. Now you're gonna say NASA said I don't have to. I should say this. No, don't put my name in shit, boy. Don't put
No.
my name in shit, boy.
When do you hear me bring? When do you hear me bringing up anybody else when I came up?
I'm
Never.
just saying. I'm just talking about shit, man.
Nah, I know, and I take it, and I take it. You get me?
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like you think I'm gonna come on? Like they said I got hit by a trailer. They said I had a bird cage on my head. They said
a
that
bird cage. What?
That's
like
hilarious. That's hilarious.
you get me. And I used to laugh about it. Like it's
I
funny
don't
to
mean to laugh. Like it's funny that you were in the
it's
Halo, but
it's
I'm just
funny to
picturing a bird cage on
it's
somebody's
funny to
head.
me. If you have a sense of humor, like you have a sense of
Yeah.
humor, that shit it's funny. Like what am I gonna do? Cry about it? No.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Like, come on, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh. Like I'm the one that
I
went to
respect
the.
that.
I'm the one that was in the. You get me? Like I had that shit
Yeah,
on
you the
for
one with the
2 months
bad
on my
luck.
head.
You got
Like
the bad luck. I feel you.
yeah, you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
me? Like you get me? Like if anything, like at the end of the day, it's funny. You get me? Like I mean,
Well,
like
and I mean, he cammed up. He cammed up when he had his halo on, and somebody was saying that he had faked the halo, and I don't know much
how
about a
That's doing too
halo, but
much.
yeah,
how
like if you can
how
fake
the
a
fuck are
halo,
you
you're a
gonna? How
bad
the fuck are you
motherfucker in
gonna?
my book.
Are you gonna fake a Halo? Halo?
Yeah, I don't
Like
know. I have no idea.
Now you can tell something
exactly.
happened to this guy. You could tell he got hit by a bus. You can tell that.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't get hit by a bus neither.
You ain't get hit by a bus?
No,
No, he got hit by a
it
what was
was
it?
a
A
car.
truck or a
It was
car?
a car. They say it was a truck. It was a car. It was a truck, but it was like a truck. It was not like a fucking
So you
like
got hit by Dodge
huge.
Ram?
Huh?
You got hit by a Dodge Ram?
It was like a Dodge Ram.
Oh shit, nigga.
It's some shit like that.
Ooh, A-Boy's story is crazy. He's been shot twice, and then he gets hit by a car in his wheelchair. Like that is so. This poor guy.
And nobody believes me. Everybody they want to see scars. Like you don't even you don't even know that shit. It fractured my skull, my spine again. It broke all my ribs. It broke my femur, my fucking whole leg. Like the only
See, the
thing
thing
that
is,
wasn't.
see, people like you make me believe in reincarnation. Cause I'm like, your luck is so bad. You had to do something
Yeah,
bad in this
right.
life. Like, you came in this life with a bad hand. I'm like, God damn, you have to have a bad past life.
Uh,
That's what you're saying now.
nah, yeah, but you get me. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you can't make this shit up. So I mean, I would. That's why on the troll page I'd be like I'm gonna put the bird cage back on and see if I can get more because what the fuck
But
like
Yeah,
they
I was gonna
said
tell you,
they
you didn't have to scam on the internet. You could have went in front of any grocery store and sat there, boy. You would have got bread. Just get a can.
that's messed up.
bro if I got 400 I'm going for 600 this time.
Hell
See, you
no.
on
Look
that
what Fresh
shit. See.
Brown said. Fresh Brown said you could tell he got hit by a bus. NASA. Hell no.
Hey, Faith, I camped up with the fucking Halo. I can't believe I camped up. I was drunk the fuck up.
No, you know what cracked
Damn.
me up when you did that, right? Because Maine was like, he was I think he was getting ready to make a joke or something like that, and you cammed up and you could hear it before you could see it. Like I heard it, like the squeaking of the metal pieces. I guess because you were like moving your head, and then you cammed up, you like came on the camera and it showed that I was like, oh shit, like he wasn't kidding.
Hey, so is
I
the
was,
halo screwed in your head, or how does that work?
oh, did they screw that? Did they screw some fucking screws in your fucking your head? Like it's four screws. Like it's two in
Damn.
the back of your head and two in the front of your head, so you can't turn your head, or you can't look up
Shit.
or down, or you can't move your head at all. Like you can just like keep it like in one place. Like it's like that. You won't like your fracture won't like so it won't like get worse. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So you
Yeah,
looking
I had
like
only seen
Frankenstein,
that shit in movies
Frankenstein dogs,
before.
bro.
He even had like, if I can remember right, didn't you have your head shaved or something like that, hey boy? To where you don't you still have the scars from where that thing was in your head?
Yeah, I got the ones in the front of like I'm pretty I can't look in the back of my head, so I can't see the ones in the back of my head,
True, true.
but the ones in the front of my head, of course I can see them. Like like the scars are there. You get me?
Yeah, I can tell
Yeah,
you're a strong dude though. At the end of the day, that's why I be roasted. I can tell you're a strong dude because for you to go through all that shit and still be here talking regular and with a good attitude and shit, that says a lot about your character, man. So I
It's because
respect
I
that,
got
man.
to because I was getting real depressed, and like it like it's like it's either I'm gonna be depressed in my bed all day is chilling, or like just feeling sorry for myself, or I'm gonna like start working out. Like I start working out again. I used to work out every single day. I started again. I wake up at 6 in the morning. The first thing I do, I do 50 reps each arm, like because that's what like that's the way I push myself. So I like Brenda. It's hard because like since all my ribs were broken from the right side, like
Damn.
they're really healing. So like it's hard, but I mean that I'm doing it. So
Then you broke all ribs?
yeah, well, come on, like
yeah. He was in a coma for like he was telling me about this last time he
bro,
was up here.
I got hit on I got hit on a Sunday on a Sunday, and I didn't wake up until Friday.
So Friday morning?
Into
Yeah,
like it's like Friday, like I don't know what the like when I woke up, I was like, "What day is it?" Dog? Like it's Friday. I'm like, like
I ain't going to work, huh? Hope I'm out.
I was like, it's Friday. Like I better sleep says Sunday. Like
Yeah, that's
hey
crazy, man.
Lonnie.
What's
Yeah,
up,
look
and
at
then
Lonnie
what
boy?
Jen said.
and
Jen
and
says that my brother got hit by a car and was in a coma for a month. He got fucked up. He had to take medication, or he has to take medication for the rest of his life
yup,
because the accident caused him to get severe. I think that's bipolar and schizoaffective disorder. I've
yes,
heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of that
when
where
the
accidents will change somebody's brain
yeah
and
with
give them
when
mental illness.
well, I had 3 seizures already since they took off the halo.
Yeah, you were saying that. That's wow.
Now I have to drink seizure medicine for the rest of my life.
You
And
have to
you
take what
also
kind of
said
medicine?
you did
Huh?
he's seizure medicine.
Oh, okay.
He was saying too that like he never stuttered before he got hit by the car. Like so he really his head got thumped big time.
No, that nigga
Yeah.
was stuttering. He got that forever stutter. That's that I've been stuttering since I came out stuttering. He's
Nah,
like,
this how go away. Nah,
What the
they
fuck?
said go away.
NASA, you ain't shit.
Nah, I'm gonna get on you
Nigga
one of
said,
these days.
what
I'm
the
gonna bury you 6 feet
fuck?
deep, nigga.
Oh, shit. You was right,
Hell
man, but
no.
nah,
I'm
do
gonna
your
talk to you
do,
like
man.
go. I'm gonna talk to you like go ahead, nigga, nigga.
You
Yeah,
feel me? Now I be
you.
seeing you up there, but you be talking your shit. You know what I see you go get? I want to see you go get fucking what's this nigga's name? Charlamagne, man. Y'all got the same kind of style of like jokes and shit. I want to see y'all, man. That's funny as hell. You ever roast
Ramon,
top ramen?
King Ramon's my boy right there. I got his back. He's super chill, and I mean, nah, like I said, I ain't gonna cry about it. I ain't gonna cry about it. If anything, I'm gonna keep going back and keep going back and forth. You get me?
That's right, man. That's how you gotta do it, man. You be all right, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be around when I'm doing super good. I'm gonna cam up, and then they're just mad because the other day when I camped up,
Now your
and then
dusty ass don't need to come up though. You good?
no, not, but it's because I had a Mighty Duck jersey in the background,
Oh shit.
and you know how hockey jerseys be costing a lot of money and whatnot. Like
They
they
were
were like.
hating on your Mighty Duck jersey.
They're like, oh, look at the Mighty Duck jersey he got in the back, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, like looking at the background, you're looking at everything around my room. They wanted me to show this, they wanted me to show that, they want me to show my asshole. Like, come on.
Oh wow.
Pause. What?
Pause,
Hell
pause,
no.
pause.
Actually, pause. Hey man, don't say nothing like that again on this panel, man. What you doing, man? What the fuck
Tell
is you
them,
doing,
not
man?
me. Tell them,
Nah,
not me.
man. Hell no.
We get
We'll
it. We
Google
get it.
that.
We get it, boy. They wanted details. We get it. Ugh.
They want everything, and it's just like, come on, dude. Like, I can't keep doing this shit. Like if I knew this help was gonna come with all this, I would have never taken the help. I would have fucking I I would I would
Bro,
have fucking gotten into the corner. I would have fucking been with the fucking halo, fucking with the cup
I
and
just don't
shit.
get why
No,
you care
no.
though. I don't get why you care if you didn't do nothing wrong though. That's what I'm not understanding. Like, why do you care? Like, what they talking about?
I don't.
I
But if
don't
I
know, man.
hide, but if I hide, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's hiding.
But say even if you did take it, right? What can they do about it? They still can't do nothing about it. So it's like,
Exactly. But the whole point of everything is I'm still here.
nah, that ain't the whole
I'm
point,
still.
my guy. That ain't the
I'm, the whole point is the whole point is to me. I'm still here, so I don't care. I don't care. The truth. I don't.
point. And they said you was about to hop out your wheelchair and give Willie the heads of fury.
Man, the things they said.
Well, and you want to know what though, A boy, and like NASA. I know you've seen it. A boy, you probably have too. Like I've seen, like over in the beef sector, people would be like, "Oh, if you got a car, show the car. You're a liar. Show your house. Show this, show that." And like, if the person does fall to the troll pressure and show anything, then they still are like, "Oh, you don't own it.
They
Oh, that's
still
probably
get
your
trolled,
mom."
dog. Like
Yeah, exactly. They're still
we
not
want to see the
happy.
keys. We want to see the keys. We want to see the pink slip. We want to see this. We want to see. Oh, like, come on, like, are you serious?
Yeah, that's like there's like a few things I ain't doing on there. Like I'm not about to say and prove I'm tough to nobody on the internet. Talk tough. I'm not about to prove how much money I got. I'm not proving shit, boy. Less about to accept these jokes. You feel me? Like what the fuck I look like? I ain't
Yeah.
even here to. I ain't here to prove nothing.
And that's the thing about it. When you fall into the trolling, that's when they get you. Like,
Yeah,
straight
I'm
up.
good, man. I ain't proving
I've even
shit.
seen. I saw two guys one time bet each other money, and they went at each other for like a good hour or so about, yo, you don't have these kind of cars, and oh, you don't have this kind of house, and they got like a $500 bet, agreed on it, and the one guy ended up camming up, showing like his cars and his house and everything, and then the guy was like, "Well, I'm not showing you anything of mine. I wasn't gonna pay you anything." I'm like, "Whoa, like,
Oh,
wow,
see, we know one that argument. You feel what I'm saying? We see who won that one.
yep, yep."
That's why you see me in the troll page drip fucking all hit another asshole and everything because you know
Look at what Lonnie said though. Lonnie was like, when people show footage, they just give me more ammo. That's exactly right. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, cause
Right.
The
I ain't
more
gonna front.
you show,
I didn't have jokes on you until I saw you. Like when you camped up that day, I roasted you on. I was on fire on you, my guy. But you never camped up. I wouldn't even have them jokes.
bro, I had a fresh fade, and they're talking about that I had a Mexican fade. Like, I'm all
You
like,
did have a
how?
bowl cut though. You had a bowl cut, my guy.
You were
I was a
feeling
bowl cut.
yourself that day, huh, A boy?
Come on, they were talking about I look like NASA, but NASA has a unique
No, don't do
eyebrow.
that. Don't do that. We not doing that.
They're talking
We
about that I
not
look
doing
like you,
that,
but
bro.
you
We
have
not doing
a
it, bro.
unibrow.
No, no.
They were saying that you had a unibrow.
I do got a unibrow, man, but we ain't doing that. We don't look nothing alike, my guy. I do got the
Oh,
uni. You feel me? That shit's in shape. You feel me? Shit. Bro,
Oh
shit.
man,
It's all good,
y'all are
man.
crazy.
It's all good.
nah,
Ain't nothing wrong with the unibrow.
nah, but I always have to come up on Faves live and bullshit for a little bit. It relieves stress. You get me?
Yeah, man. That's what this roasting
I
shit does,
cannot.
man. Like,
I be stressed out something, and then I get on this shit, and then I just laugh my ass off, and I just smoke, and I'll knock out for like an hour or two.
There you
hey,
go. That's a good thing.
hey, boy. Hey, what's
Jay
your
Savage
favorite? What's
said,
your? Oh
oh,
yeah, go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Favorite you.
Jay Savage said, NASA, ask A Boy what his favorite song by Beyonce is. You get it? You get it? You get it?
I got it.
Ah,
What's your favorite song?
The Halo song, remember?
I got it. You supposed to let me answer that shit, Fave. You fucked up the joke. Damn.
Damn, oh my bad shit.
Jay Savage, my boy.
Oh, that's why I said, what's your favorite game? I got it. That nigga's hilarious, boy. I don't know why to be on J
Oh
Savage thing. That shit is
no, like
hilarious.
the
Jay
Halo
Savage is
game.
my boy. Jay
Yeah, I
Savage is
fuck with
my
them, man.
boy. Jay
They
Savage is
sound
the one that
hilarious.
started getting on me. He's the first one that started getting on me.
Hell no, I forgot they had a Halo game too. That's
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's
that is really
hilarious.
funny.
But
Oh yeah.
you get me? What am I gonna do about it? Like they're talking about they're gonna throw me off the chair. Like I fell off the wheelchair like 100 times. Like come on, like you swear it's like you're gonna be a skater, you're gonna be a biker, but you're not. You want to be a professional, but you're not gonna eat shit a couple of times. You get me?
Right.
Right,
That's why I
right.
stopped skating. I stopped skating because I was like, back in the days, they used to have these skate videos showing people falling off rails and busting their shit. And I watched those. I was like, I'm good. I'm solid on this. Like, I don't need to skate. You feel me? I'm alright. You feel me?
Like it's like when you're a little kid and you're riding the bike. You're riding a bike and the bike chain fucking comes off and you and and you run into something and you hit your
What?
balls or something.
Yeah, your luck is horrible. You got badass luck, my guy. This nigga right here. No final destination has that nigga. What's wrong with this nigga right here? What's wrong with you? Why you do that?
You never busted your
Yo,
balls? You never busted your balls?
pause, boy. What you talking about? Pause. Extra pause.
You
Man,
never cut
friggin'
you never cut your thing with the zipper?
hell, what?
Whoa, what?
Hell no. What?
Ah, you ain't
You
packing,
crazy?
boy. You ain't
I've
Why
packing.
you,
only seen
Boy,
that in a
why?
movie. That
Pause,
actually
boy.
happened to
I ain't about to
you.
prove nothing, man. But I ain't hell no, boy. You fucking nuts. I
man,
fucking what? Man,
man.
I doubt everybody didn't go through that shit, man. The fuck? This guy right here. But you know what, Fabe? He probably watched the movie you was talking about. That's why he's saying this dumb shit, man. This guy right here, goofy ass.
That is hilarious. Oh my god. I only, like I said, I saw that in a movie and that was it. That happens in real life, bro.
Hell no. What? That is woo shit.
And all I gotta say is that you and Larry gotta stop moving your lives back hours, and then next thing you know it, the life doesn't even happen.
That's
Look,
when it's
man,
not
shit be
annoying.
happening sometimes.
It,
Listen, that shit is crazy. Back to this thing though. So, how did you end up like? I don't want to know details, but if you zipped
Yes,
it
you
up,
do.
how did you unzip it? Did you just like bite a piece of wood and go for the gold, or like what did you do?
what are we talking about, babe? What are we talking about? Ah,
You said it. You know what I'm talking. You just said it. Don't act like you didn't say that.
And
I didn't
answer the
say
question.
shit.
Stop thinking of the lie, bro. You take it too long. You over lying and shit.
He said you've never got your thing caught in the zipper before.
Like, that's some
They
normal
call
shit. Like what?
they call me Scar Dick.
Yo, pause. Who
Pause.
calls you that? Like,
Pause. What the fuck? Hold up, man. Let me mute my mic. Hold up, man. Hold up.
The
hey
troll,
boy, I cannot with you today. You are a mess.
the troll of trolls. I'm trolling the trolls.
Yeah, right. Look, Fresh Brown said, "What the fuck is going on in your a boy voice?" Jay Savage said that you. Jay Savage said, "A boy probably mixed up his lube with Gorilla Glue." I'm dead.
Oh yeah, that was
That'd be a hell
wild.
of a
Oh boy,
911 call, wouldn't it?
Oh
that would be the
man.
most embarrassing call ever, right there. Oh boy,
For real, for real.
that'd be
Oh
embarrassing
my
as hell. That's
goodness.
funny as hell.
Oh man.
And you know
This
You
what's
see the video?
weird is that if we've thought about that, somebody probably really did that shit. Like,
Did
hey,
what?
piece of First Brown. He's cool as fuck too.
yes.
Yeah,
No,
Fresh Brown's
I'm
the homie,
saying if
man.
we're talking about the Gorilla Glue thing, getting your hand stuck to your, whatchamacallit, that's probably what
Mm,
Does that happen in American Pie?
nah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. In American Pie, when he thinks he's putting the loop and he puts the glue.
I think I
happened.
did see something like that. I did see something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, then he's stroking it and that shit gets stuck.
Pause, boy. Hold up.
Oh, wow.
The fuck did you?
In
Hold up, no,
American Pie, you guys ever see American Pie?
yeah, I seen that shit. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, that happens in American Pie.
Hey, tell me the truth. Did you think oh boy mom was nice though? You think she was alright?
She was bad.
Yeah, she looked like a bottle topper.
You're talking about Homeboy's mom, right?
Oh boy's mom, yeah, that who's that Stifler's mom? I think
Yeah,
Stifler's
yeah.
mom, right?
Hey, she was bad. She
It's
was,
bad, dog.
she was bad as that motherfucker.
Oh shit.
I probably grew up one out to her when I was younger too.
Oh man, that's
Can't
wild.
remember, but
This shit like,
yeah, she was worthy of rubbing one off too.
oh shit. Pause, boy. What up, eh?
Alrighty.
This guy
So,
wild, man. This nigga wild as fuck, man.
I know, right? Oh my goodness. I'm almost scared to ask A-Boy any questions because of the shit that I might get an answer for.
Hey,
Like,
but
He's
go
honest
into
though. He's
the
honest, man. I respect the honesty, man.
oh, I know, right?
it's because there's no point of lying. Like when you lie, you gotta think of another lie to think of another lie to think of another lie. Like there's no point of lying. You get me?
That's true. That's true.
Like when you have to like that shit. It seems like too much to me. Like you have to think of another lie, think of another lie, think of another lie. Like that's doing too much. Like I don't know. Like this is what I wake up to watch. Let me see. Camera, front camera, back camera.
You better
This
watch out before NASA sees you. Then he's gonna He'll be on a rant for 15 minutes.
What the fuck is that?
Look at that stack.
What's that?
What
Stack of
is it though?
boxes?
It's a stack of what?
Look at this. Look at this. Come on, boy.
Oh,
What
that's
is that?
herb. Okay, I see it. I see it.
Bro, I'm in California, man. If you don't get that little dust out of here, man, put that shit back in your bag, man. I want that shit, man. Get that shit out of here, man.
He said that little dust.
Hey, put that shit in the trash and go get some light bugs outside. What the fuck is he doing?
Oh, why NASA called your staff some shake and shit.
Get that shit out of here, man. Nigga over
NASA,
there.
where you at?
I'm in Cali, man.
What part?
Southern, dag, Long Beach.
Well, we need to link. You're right there down. You're close to a blue lane.
You said what? You talking about the metro?
Yeah,
That's right up the street, man. But yeah, what's up?
my homie lives right there.
Where at though? Like the blue line is a freaking train. Like, what do you mean right there? Like where's right there?
Like next to back in the Nike factory. Back in the Nike factory, there's some loft. Like in the there's apartments in the back.
Where though? Like what city?
In Long Beach, where the Nike factory is at.
You talk about Nike Town? You talk about in downtown Long Beach?
Yeah, downtown Long Beach.
Yeah, you talk about the Pike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You right over there?
Yeah, he lives right in back. There's some big ass apartments and they're real fucking nice. It's where all the bars are at.
Okay.
It's the downtown Long Beach where all the bars are at, and you cross from the top.
Okay.
Yeah, my boy stays right there. We should link up one day, smoke up.
What, you in California?
I'm right here in LA. I'm right here like 15 minutes away from you.
Okay. All right, yeah, man. We'll set that up. We'll get that together. Man, you got Twitter?
What happened?
You got Twitter?
Nah, I don't got Twitter. I don't got Twitter, Instagram, none of that shit. I be graphing and shit, so. But I can't write no more because since I've been having those strokes, I've been fucking. I can't write with my right hand. That's one thing that I've been working on because that shit I can't even write with my right hand.
All right, well, we'll get this shit. We'll get this together, man. This is Faith show, so we'll set this up, man. You know, now I know, so we'll get that together, man. So what up, Faith?
Dang, hey boy, you're having strokes too? Jesus.
Yeah, I had 3 since they took that shit off, but they said that happens sometimes. It's because that shit low key like it in a way is traumatizing in a way.
Yeah.
You get me having that shit on for 3 months, like that shit it plays games with your head.
Right. I believe it. I know that I've heard about like when COVID had came out and they were putting everybody on these the
Ventilators?
respirators or whatever.
Yeah.
They were saying that there's a thing called oh man, I forget what it's called, but there's actually a thing to where because they put you in a comatose state, when they put you
in
on
an incubator.
Yeah, like they put you in that state and they call it like there's a word for it where when you're in that comatose state you can actually have like really bad like like nightmares and shit like that.
Yeah, like in an induced coma.
Yes, and they say that when you come out of it and you go back to your normal life, if you get, normal or whatever, you end up having like some sort of PTSD from it. Like not everybody, but it happens to where like it really fucks your head up. Like it's weird.
When I had the Halo, like the first 2 weeks, I was having the craziest dreams. I was having like dreams that I was in the Hit Factory, fucking making records with Nipsey Hussle and doing all this shit. And then I was, you don't even fucking know, like, I was having some crazy ass dreams. Like, that shit.
Anything to do with your brain like that, especially when you had you had a hard hit to the head and then you're lucky to be alive and then you got to drill a halo into it and all that. My goodness, I can imagine. And I know that like when you have a head injury and stuff like that, like your brain will try to heal itself. Like it'll even rewire itself a different way if it has to, but it just, takes a really long time. But I can imagine while you're going through that, what your brain is doing. Ugh.
like it's crazy because now I don't remember a lot of things if I don't say it like out loud. Like if I don't say it and like I just think it, I won't remember it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I have to say it and so I can remember it. It's crazy.
Yeah, strokes are weird. I had a friend, a girl that I knew, she ended up having one, and she said that like her memory is still, and it was some years back, and she's, she's not old at all, but she still has memory problems where she'll do something or think about something, and like you said, she can't remember it, or it's crazy.
Yeah, like in a way it's crazy, but they said that's the fact. Like that's the aftermath of that shit. Like you never know what's gonna like how you gonna come out of that shit. You get me? So I guess
Yeah, that's scary.
yeah. I mean, but I'm happy to be alive. I could still do everything I gotta do. I don't look. Like my knees is what really got it. Like I don't know if they took like skin from like my knees are white like because I guess the car when it hit me from the back, so it hit me from the back, so it shot me off. So I fucked up like my knees real bad, and it's down to the white skin. So like my knees are all white, like they healed, but they're white.
Oh
It,
wow.
yeah, it's crazy, and I have a big ass scar like in the from my ass like all the way to the back of my knee because my femur was broken, so they put a metal rod like from my I guess my hip all the way to my knee.
That sounds, every time I hear about somebody having a metal rod in their back or in their legs or in wherever they put it, that always sounds so painful to me. Like, ugh.
But I couldn't feel it because I can't feel nothing from pretty much like my stomach down.
Dang, that's probably a good thing and a bad thing, right? Like you said, you can't feel it, so that's a good thing, right? But that could be a bad thing because if something goes wrong with it, you won't be able to tell. Oh my goodness.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Yep.
Oh wow.
That's why you gotta watch out with pressure sores and stuff. Like you gotta like shift like when you're in bed, like in the night, like you can't like sleep on one side like the whole night. You have to like be like switching and moving. But I mean like I've been in the woods already since I was 18, and I'm already gonna be I'm 29. So like it's like it's pretty much second nature to me. Like I'm always moving around and like doing everything. Like, but when I had the halo, it was real. Like they had to do it for me because they like I had nurses wiping my ass and doing everything because I couldn't do shit. I like with the halo, I couldn't do nothing.
Right, right.
But
That's crazy. Like I
yeah,
said, I'm glad that you made it through all of that though, but my goodness, like you've definitely had like a tough physical life.
And my guy Lonnie is hilarious, boy. I see you down there, boy.
that's why you can't say too much online because they get on you, boy.
King Ramon talking about I give my wife strokes every night. Oh hell no, he needs to stop. That's a shame.
He said, I can't see the chat, so what if I go? Let me see.
Hey
If
Faith,
I go,
hey Faith,
Uh-huh.
you see what my guy Lonnie said? You missed that one. You
Hold
skipped
on.
that one. You know you seen it.
Hold on. No, hold on.
he
No,
said,
here
all
you
jokes
go.
Oh,
aside,
where he said as you should? Hell no.
Nah, you see the next
Oh,
one.
wait a minute.
he said he got fatty.
Hell no, Lonnie, you need to stop. That's a shame.
Yeah, why do you
That
why
was
do
like,
you why do you why do you get like so weird when people compliment you like that though? You don't like it or
why
something?
do I get what?
Like all weird, like when people compliment you like that. You don't like it or something?
No, it's just like, I don't know. I'm really like, shy when it comes to stuff like that. Like I'm outspoken, but when it comes to stuff like that, I'm just like, I don't know.
Okay.
Faith,
I'm very.
Faith, when you come up, you better not weight 250 pounds and.
What the hell?
What you want to get?
If I was some big chick or something, I would not lie about that. Like that would be crazy. I don't know why. Honestly, like there's people out there that like big chicks. I don't know why people would lie about
Yeah,
that.
like
I
what's
don't
wrong
get
with
the
him? I don't
whole.
get what's wrong with BB Dubs. Like
Yeah, I
he got
don't
something
get
to say about
why.
that.
Yeah, I don't get why people do that. You know what I mean?
I
So
mean,
no, I'm
Yeah.
not.
to each their own.
Ooh, Lonnie, you're right. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. He said that Ramon was in his bag with Sandy this morning. Did you see that, you guys?
Oh yeah, I
Mm.
saw that. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what the hell?
hey, I was proud of my boy, man, for real.
What? How did they have a follow? Because like I was missing in action for a long ass time. And when I came back, it was just everything was just.
Well, it was
Remember,
you saw the whole thing about the Megan chick, right? Where she had said the N-word and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, after that, I guess I don't know why, but the Sandy girl went up on the panel over there and was arguing with her about how, and this makes no sense at all, but she was arguing with her about how she shouldn't be able to say it, but that Sandy should be able to say it because she was raised in the hood or something like that, so it's okay for her, but it's not okay for Megan. And so Sandy was saying it. And then a while after that, the Vic thing had happened, but it was weird. That's how King Ramon started going against Sandy because she was in the group of them too, saying it.
I hate that big guy. That big guy, he's racist, but nobody wants to fucking believe it. But you could straight tell that he's racist. You could tell when somebody's racist. He's racist as
but I
fuck.
mean, you can't be too racist if you enjoy being around like other races. Like, you feel me?
But I mean, like we're on we're trolling. So, I mean, like shit that goes on right here, it would not happen in real life. Like that's a fact.
Yeah. But no, I think we starting to do too much with this racism and like these groups right here that we be in over here. This getting too out of control. Like, I don't really think it's that serious. Like we just overdoing that shit.
Yeah, that racist shit is getting
It's getting
crazy on here.
overdone. I'm just here to troll. Like we making this like the same as like the world. Like I don't even think it's really like that, you know?
Like even
Right.
even King Troll, I could tell. Like he even said it the other day. He's like, I hate half of you motherfuckers. I'm like,
Nah.
I don't like half of you motherfuckers, but I did this shit so people could get their shit out. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like I said earlier, you can tell like if somebody's trying to
insult somebody or something.
yeah, like I mean, you could tell like even I think Lonnie had went up there. I can't remember if King Ramon was on there the one day, but like when they were going at Megan, like even Lonnie was up there trying to explain to her, like, listen, if you're that slow and you have no common sense, here is why you should not go there. And she wasn't, she was still too busy trying to play the victim, like, and yeah, no.
It's because when you try to play the victim, you see that's where it all goes wrong when you try to play victim. Because
Well, and as a girl or as a woman, I hate it when other chicks do that and they know they're in the wrong because it makes, it makes other
girls
women
look
look
bad.
bad.
It makes
Well,
girls
yeah,
look
exactly. Like if you said that and you were confident enough to say that shit, then stand on it. If not, you apologize and never say it again. You don't keep finding every excuse to say the shit over and over and over again. Like that's bullshit.
and she's straight, like she gets
Oh
used
yeah.
blank like that's part of her vocabulary right there already. Like
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
I thought it was hilarious when I can't remember how he worded it. It was the 187 guy when he was going in on her and Vic. and he had said something like, you want to come over here and you want to talk all this shit and put people down, but then you want to keep running back over here just to get attention from the same guys that you're trying to like yell at. I was like, ooh, he got her ass with that one.
But have you ever noticed that girls that like it's weird because girls they like not to say that it's the same thing, but like have you ever noticed that girls that get abused they go back to the guy that abuses them, but the guy that treats them good they push yourself away from him. That's like daddy issue type shit.
Nah. Well, that happens, but I think it's more of a some people though. I mean, there's some weird people out there. Like certain people do like shit like that. You know what I mean? And they can, hey, if they like it, I love it. But it's other people. You know what I mean? I think that every situation's a little bit different. Like some people that are in abusive relationships, you know what I mean? They might not be able to get away from it right at that moment. But if they keep staying
Give
in
me
it
like
though
15.
and keep going
Hey,
back
throw that
to
box away
it,
though.
then they like it.
Downstairs, the box. Here, you can take this too.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like this YouTube shit is some other shit. I'm connecting my
The bottom of the
earphones.
trash.
I'm about to roll up some runs, some of my bunk.
That's not runs you had, man. That wasn't runs, my guy.
My guy, if I roll up to Long Beach with some flames, and it's not bunk, where are we going? Where are we going from there? Where are we going from there? Where are we going from there?
But the thing is, you could easily change it. Like, you could easily go purchase that on the way and change it. Like, come on now. Like, stop playing, man.
We're coming, please.
He got you with that one.
You feel
Heck
me?
no. Hey, Lonnie.
What's up, babe? What's up, Pan?
Not much. How's it going? How's it going?
I'm
What's
doing
poppin', Lonnie? What's
good.
poppin', boy?
What's up, boy? Yo, hey, Nancy, you a wild nigga, Slim. Slim, I be seeing you, Slim. You a funny nigga, man. Like for real.
Did you see him this morning, Lonnie? It was like what 8:30 in the morning, and he was going off on the troll thing like nonstop for like 15 minutes. I was dead. It was so funny.
I missed the 8:30 zone. I wasn't up at that time, but I did come at 9 o'clock when the monkey shit was in full effect. Hey, bro. Hey, dog. Kevin and Eggy argued for at least 2 hours. I lied to you.
That was hilarious.
Bro, that was some of the funniest. Bro.
I've never even heard Eggy talk that much. Like that was crazy.
Bro, that nigga. Eggy's been talking so much lately. It's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I fuck with Eggy more now that I heard him talk. Like, now that I see how he really is, he's a cool dude, man.
Yeah, instead of singing, right?
The nigga Eggy, right? I'm gonna tell you what's so funny. Shit didn't get pop off until Eggy mentioned the Dirt Gang TV. Now, if y'all not hit the Dirt Gang TV, if you not hit that whole sector's like a gang banging sector, right? I don't know. They could just be flagging and gang banging on YouTube, right?
Right.
Kevin was cool. He was joning, telling niggas to walk to the store, all that. Ha ha he. Bro, when Ed got on there and said, "Yeah, you the nigga from that be on Dirt Gang TV. I know you, nigga." Talk about you used to slap box. You was scared to get smacked in the face, nigga. And all hell broke loose after that, bro. When I said I was crying.
Eggy being in every sector, huh?
Huh?
Eggy be in every sector.
Man, Eggy got his eyes open. Hey, dog, when I say this nigga Kevin went from joning and jokey to full-fledged gang banging, disrespecting Crips, you won't say fuck blood. I said, oh shit.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Man, that shit was hilarious. And then Eggy was so calm. Don't get me wrong, Kevin was funny too, but Eggy, he was funny because he was so calm. Like, he was just talking to him. That's what had me rolling.
Yeah, it's always funny when somebody can be nice and calm and the other person is like,
That is the perfect combination.
That's the thing about Larry. Larry He used be right there, calm, cool, collected. Everybody be pissed. Everybody be pissed, and he just right there laughing, having a good time, cracking open another beer, going at you like,
Sound effects and shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Good entertainment. I did want to speak on a topic. I was
Oh yes,
listening,
please do, please do.
and they was y'all was speaking about BBWs, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Oh yeah.
now,
What a
now,
yeah.
now, with these BBWs, okay, we can't categorize all these big women or bigger women or plus size women in one category.
Right.
When I hear BBWs, I'm thinking of a woman with hips, a fat ass, big ass. Stomach might be a little chubby, but it's maintained. It's tamed, close to flat or a little chubby. Just a nice, thick, healthy
What?
girl.
That's
It's
thick,
not a
my
booby
guy.
dude.
That's thick, my guy. There's thick
Okay,
in
so
the
that's
Yeah,
BB dub.
yeah,
BB dub is that what you're
that's
talking?
thick.
That's thick, my guy.
That's
BB
thick.
dub, you gotta have the stomach for the BB dub. You gotta have the stomach.
You got to, Mando.
Got to, my guy.
I mean, because the thick Jones, they got a little chubby, but sometimes the Jones I might label like that's a BB. I'm like that kid, because like I know Jones that's like has no shape at all. I'm talking about big belly, like beer belly, just nasty. Ain't got no ass, just straight back. Like it's like they Mark Henry up
Shaped
top
like a
and Rey
sack of
Mysterio
potatoes.
bottom end.
Yeah. I get him. I get exactly what you're saying. I get
You
exactly
feel
what
me?
I think that's like
Yup.
a SSBBW or something. There's like a level above
Yo,
BBW, like a
That
SS something like that.
yeah, that's a different level of BBW
yeah.
right
See,
there.
that's too deep in the game with me. I'm in the thick game. I don't mind if she has a little stomach. But if her joint a little out, especially more than mine, or it's like, nah, I can't. If your stomach out more than your ass, I really can't do it.
I feel you
They
on
call
that.
that
Hell
If
booty
it looks
shit.
no.
lopsided, I can respect that. I can respect that.
No,
You feel me?
no, yeah. He's right. If she got a little belly on her and there ain't nothing all over exaggerating and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, there is some Transformers that be like Mark Henry and shit. And
Yeah, like she be big up top and skinny down bottom. Like I don't understand how that works.
oh yeah. That it has to be like
Shaped like a bird and things.
Yeah,
thick in
shake.
thick in
Yeah,
the top and thick in the bottom. It can be
yeah.
thick. It
I
can
don't.
be
I hate top heavy bitches. I can't do it.
yeah.
Like
That's too much.
I
build
mean,
like an
because BB
upside
Dub
down bottle of
stands
Hennessy.
for big beautiful woman. So I guess if the chick is not big beautiful and whatever, she's obese. Like it's a difference. Like you get what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's BBW and then it's a obese. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Don't
That's
get it wrong.
obese.
And you know what's weird to me? That there's actually people out there that like to get really obese women and actually have a fetish for like feeding them or some shit like
Oh,
that. Like that is so weird.
Yeah, that's that weird shit though. That's when
yo,
it gets
Faye,
intense.
niggas got all type of fetishes. I think Odell Beckham likes to get shitted on his chest. Like
That's
niggas be into
gross.
I
all
heard
type
about
of weird
that.
I heard about
I
that
saw that
too.
interview on like what was it, Adam 22 or something, where that girl was on there and she was saying that. I was like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
my lord.
no jumper, huh?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do if a guy was like, hey, you know, can you drop a dude? Like, what? How do you even talk about something like that? That is
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
when
so
you got
Like,
money like that,
weird.
you could just tell
how
them.
do you even do it? Like, first of all, as a guy, I mean, because some girls might like get shitted on too, and it's a crazy world. But the person,
That's
both
true.
of y'all gotta feel weird. The person laying down getting shitted on, you're not right in the head. But the person who's shitting on you, like, is it quiet? Is it music playing? Like, is the lights
Yeah,
on next to you? Like, what niggas doing?
that's
Like,
gross. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on? What's going? Yeah.
that's just
That is
crazy.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy. And then you smell it. Yeah.
Oh
nah,
my
but
god.
it's crazy.
Oh,
It's crazy.
that's horrible.
It's crazy the shit that people do behind closed doors.
I know y'all heard about Dubai.
What
Yup.
about it?
Oh,
Where
you
they
want to
get
do the
the girls,
honors?
where they fly the girls out and they get them to do that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want
I
to do? You
heard.
want? You want to do the honors? If explain what goes on in Dubai.
Nah, you can do it. Because that shit nasty.
No, that shit and it's real. That's the crazy part. Okay,
Yeah.
So this
And
what
they pay,
happens.
and they pay top dollar for that shit
Top
too.
dollar. And you know, Dubai got some of the richest people in the world.
Yup.
Like
Yep.
Dubai's a rich city. Like you gotta have at least 20 grand, 30 grand minimum just to go on vacation. But
Yep. They
this
have
what
Yeah.
ATM. They have gold bar
Go ahead.
ATMs where you can get a gold bar out of an ATM machine.
Yup. That's all oil money. All oil money.
All
there.
oil money, all Middle Eastern money.
Yup.
So look, this
Yep.
what goes down, right? So like when you hear like a lot of girls, I'm going to Dubai, or they flying me out to Dubai, and when you be seeing girls getting flued out, this will be happening. It'd be like rich sheiks. I think they call them sheiks. Rich Middle Eastern niggas. I mean, richer than some of the American billionaires or millionaires.
No,
What they
they're,
do
they're,
is-
they're
go ahead.
for a fact richer than American.
For a fact, right?
For a
So
fact.
what they do is they fly out women. See, a lot of these guys, they're so rich that normal sex don't turn them on. And no disrespect to nobody from the Middle East, but a lot of them are homosexual. That's why they be so mean towards women. Anyway, to get back to the point,
Yeah.
Oh,
what
wow.
they do is they
Yep.
get
Hey, how you
some
know
pretty
that
girls.
though? How you know that part? That last thing you said, how you know that?
There's
Because,
documentaries on that shit too.
I had
They-
some peoples in the military, and like you know how niggas in the hood be wanting to be Muslim. My man was like, "Nah, if you want to be Muslim, really take yourself to the Middle East, because what they do is they use the women just to have kids,
Yep.
but they have sex with each other for pleasure, like on some real shit. Like they like how we is over
Are
here.
you serious?
We just yeah, bruh. It's a cold world, my nigga. You can look up everything I'm saying.
I've
That's-
Look it
never
up on
heard of that. That's
YouTube.
crazy.
They have
What?
they have documentaries.
Yeah.
That they're getting kids at 9 years old. And they give them, and you know what they give them? They give them a soda. They give them a soda.
What?
They give him a soda. A soda. I'm not playing with you, Faye. Look that shit up. He's
Oh
100%.
my
A lot of
lord.
Hold up.
a lot of people don't know how sick the world really is. The world is really a sick place. But that's why like a lot of girls in the Middle East, they don't want them to read, don't want them to drive or nothing, because they don't look at them as viable. You just here to have kids and feed me. But when I want to have fun, I'm with the guys. That's the Middle Eastern shit. But anyway, back to the Dubai shit. I don't want to get off topic.
Yep.
So what they do is in Dubai, the bitches that niggas be fiending for on Instagram, they fly them out. And when they have like a little party where all the men, they will take laxatives, right? They will all take laxatives and shit on women, bro. They would do the most degrading thing to these women, but they're doing it for the women are doing it for money. So she might get flew out. They might give her 20,000, 10,000, 30,000, which is nothing to them. That's like $30.
I was just gonna say that's it.
Yeah.
I can't even buy
You'd
a
be
Yeah,
surprised.
and
Birkin.
that's it too. To get shitted on, like 30.
Bro, they do some of the most
Faye
inhumane
said,
things.
I can't even buy a Birkin.
I'm saying, like, if it ain't worth, no, ma'am, nuh-uh.
People be thirsty for money, but that's when bitches be talking about I'm going to Dubai. All right, go to Dubai. You can look all of this stuff I'm saying, but they be doing some wild shit to these women. Like,
yeah. They be crazy. They be having.
I wonder, like how Lonnie, you said that they don't really like women over there. I wonder if that's why they do it. It's more like a degrading a woman thing,
Exactly.
more than
You hit it
just
right
like
on
a
the
sex
head.
thing.
That's exactly
wow.
what it
But
is.
what I'm trying to
That's
understand is what I'm trying to understand is if that's
That's
if that's the
exactly what
culture
it is.
over there, then why are they different over here? That's what I'm not understanding. Like, how can they just change like that?
It's because over here they can't do that shit.
No,
That
I mean the
shit-
culture is like if they really see women like that or like that. Like I don't see them like that over here. Like all like pause.
Because you don't see the women because they're fucking locked up in the house.
in the grocery store, they got that whole hijab over their face, like that little black thing. Like they like cut off from reality. Now, not every guy's like that. Some women are happy with their husbands and like not showing themselves like that. You know, so they like their culture.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, they really be hostages. That's why a lot of them come over here because it's bad over there, bro.
Shit,
I
that's
see all the niggas coming
crazy.
through, shooting up their houses, raping them, all type of like, bro. It gets
Also,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, they can still stone women over there.
Yeah, they get it bad over
crazy.
there. Women over there, the look. You're sold off when you're like 7 years old. 7 years old, you're already somebody else's property.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Or if you're too young, they'll arrange it, but they'll let the girl stay with her family for like at least till she's like 10 or 11 or something, and then the
Yup.
guy will come and get her. Like,
That's
And if you
crazy.
got
That's
color,
wild.
and if you got colored eyes and shit, oh, good luck.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we live in a
that's
cold
crazy.
world, bro.
Shout out to
Now you know
Fresh
what I'm
Brown.
bugging out.
Thank you.
I was
Sorry,
bugging
Ness.
out
Go
because I
ahead.
seen like I don't really watch the news or nothing, but I was like bugging out because like I saw like a short little video on YouTube, like you know they bombing each other over there. I was like, that's crazy that like while we over sitting here, shit, there's people over there like with bombs like dropping on them. Like that's just nuts to me. You feel me? Like
They're
you
going
feel
at
me?
it
Like they
over there
hold
in
their whole
over there in
community,
Israel.
like their whole
In Israel,
community
they're
just
going at it
gone. Like
right
that's
now, sick.
crazy.
Well, one thing
Yeah,
about
that's what I'm
overseas,
about.
a lot of places in these third world countries, or even they don't value life like we do. You
Yeah,
Mm.
know, it
yeah.
they don't. Yeah, they don't care. They don't value. They just
Because
jump in there
because
and
they
kill
don't have the
each
things
other.
that we have. They don't experience the things that we could experience, the things that we could do. So they don't value exactly how you said it. They don't value life how we do.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, they'll use their own kids to blow up a building. Like they don't. It's wild. It's just wild.
And Fave, you made a great point. I actually have an example when you say people like overseas, and this guy, he wasn't. People confuse Arabs and Indians. You know what I'm saying? They are two different
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
You
Way
know,
different. Way different.
you know what I'm saying. So I was in driving school because in Maryland, in order to get a license, it's kind of updated. It's a now thing. I think it's like the last 10 years they would start doing that. Anyway, you got to go to driving school. So he would tell us about car accidents and be laughing. The rest of the class looking like, nigga, that's not like what? So for one example, he was talking about his cousins. I guess it was his uncle, his aunt, and like two of their cousins was coming from New Jersey, and he said they made a wrong turn and some tractor came and smacked their car and killed them. And he was like giggling, like using it as an example. When I said the whole class was
Oh
looking at him, nigga, I'm like,
wow.
nigga, what?
Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They don't. You hit that on the head, Faith. They don't value life like that. They can't because I still be
Right.
traumatized if something like that happened to my peoples. He just brushed it off like,
Exactly.
yeah, that's what happens if you don't make a left turn. I'm like, what the fuck? Like what?
But that happens in a lot of places. It just doesn't happen over there. So we can make it seem like it just happens over there. It happens in a lot of low poverty countries.
A
Like
lot
Happens
of them.
a lot, a
like
lot.
the hoods over here in America. Don't get it wrong, man. It's a lot of bad shit to go on in the hood. Don't get it fucked up. But like
In the road,
outside their hood,
in
like
the
niggas
road.
is living in huts,
Yeah.
no doors.
Yep.
Their houses are made of clay. The water got what's that word when they be throwing up and shitting at the same time? What's that shit? I don't want to say salmonella.
Oh,
It's
like
it,
a
I
food
think it's
poisoning.
salmonella. Yeah, like
Oh
their
yeah, yeah,
water
yeah.
supply, like they can't even drink their own water because it's contaminated. Like that's some
Yep.
hard fucking living, bro.
Yep. They shit and pee in the same water that they wash clothes and use to
Lord
cook with.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was watching a video that the kids were they they were like swimming in a pool of dirty water. Like it was
Mm-mm-mm.
like dirty, like the water looked like so disgusting, and the kids were right there like having the time of their life. Like they were like that's what that's a norm from. You get me? Like
Damn right.
and that's messed up because it look at like over here like if we see it like a hair in our food or something, like we go just say we go get a burger, we find a hair in our food, but we can make a big deal out of it. That over there don't eat that shit though with a smile on their face, with a smile on their face.
Blessed and thankful.
Yup, they expect it. Like it's crazy. It's
And here's another thing, and this is what's really sad. These people in these hard third world countries, they get American help or UK help, right? You think they going over there and do a good job, but they go over there and abuse them even more, molesting the kids, uh, doing certain things to the family, stealing from the families.
yep.
So it's like that's a hard life, like, but they still appreciate what they have. That's why I think niggas take the Olympics so serious. Now in America, we got the Super
Exact.
Bowl. You know what I mean?
that's exactly why they take it so serious. We're talking about some deep shit right now. That's exactly why the Olympics is such a big deal.
Yeah,
Such a big deal. Because of what you just said right now.
yeah. Because we got Super Bowls, NBA Finals, World Cups, all type of wild shit. So that's just normal to
Yep.
us. But the Olympics, every country competes. They got somebody representing their country, and you know how somebody from the hood, it ain't even gotta be the hood, middle class or even suburban. Somebody get big, make it to the league. You know, everybody happy. He might give some money out, but when niggas make it overseas, like that's making it times 10. Like, who's from a rough, like these boxers? Like, this was some trainers would do, because I got family in the boxing.
Like the
Yeah.
Russians and
Mhm.
like shit like that, huh?
Like, speaking of sports,
Stojakovic.
they take sports very serious. Like, soccer teams in the UK, like they're really gangs. I saw this movie called Football Factory, and it was supposed to be about soccer, but it was about the fans of different teams fighting each other. Like, niggas was gang fighting, had fucking razors.
Oh wow.
Yeah, pulling up on buses. Looking up the Football Factory, bro. Like, they would have championship World Cups, and they would go there just to fight.
That's crazy. I never hear that.
You know what I'm saying? But back to the boxing circuit. So, like I said, I got family in the boxing game. So what they would do is, not my family, but some people, they pay some money for like somebody to come from Colombia, Mexico, South America, you know what I'm saying, the good boxing countries, or Uganda. They would pay for them to come over there. They will give them shelter, and their only job would be to train all day. And they would basically invest in a boxer, training, feeding. You know, boxers don't even eat like that anyway. They let them sleep in the gym. Their whole life would just be around training, so they can get fighting. They can get experience fighting, so they can eventually get the prize fighting, and eventually get the pay-per-view to everybody know you and everything. But that's how that shit go, man. Like, people in different countries.
Like some Khabib shit, huh? Like
Yeah.
Yup. Like
It's like,
Well, and I know when
sports trafficking.
yup. Like
yeah, a lot of the people that end
That's-
up making it big over here in like baseball or, you know, something like that, they end up, if they don't bring their family over here, they end up getting like somebody over there where they're from will kidnap their family and demand like ransoms, or they'll kill their family like that. It's bad. Like
that's why you see that shit in the UFC and all that shit, huh? Like that. Now that I'm thinking about it, like you see people from everywhere in the UFC. You see, like it's the same thing. Like, that's crazy.
Like, you come in here, you might have a good gym, whatever, had a good facility, but you fighting somebody that who come from a hut. Like, his family ain't got nothing.
right.
He finna. Man, that shit wild, man. People be desperate. But like you were saying, Faith, a lot of baseball players. Remember what happened to David Ortiz? I think David Ortiz from Dominican Republic. He
Yeah.
nah, he's a top dog. He getting like 300 million, made like 400 million. He went to the country of Dominican Republic. He was chilling, eating, and some guy came up and shot him in the back. This happened like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Oh
He found out, or he thought he found out David Ortiz was sleeping with his woman. I think it was a gang leader or something.
Yeah, gang leader. It was a gang leader, and he was sleeping with his girl, and he had popped them right there in front of everybody, huh?
You damn
I think
right.
I might have heard something about that. Boy, 300 million, that is stupid money.
That is stupid.
Just
baseball players get stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, to play a sport that you like, that is wild.
Like Puig and all of them, huh? Like Puig and
motherfuckers getting big money. Like, if you 300 million over here in America, you know you top dog. 300 million in Dominican Republic, nigga.
Man. Yeah, you can buy like half the country.
I'm walking around with 20 bodyguards. Fuck that. You're not coming nowhere near me.
For real.
And I'm watching everybody make my food. Niggas ain't poisoning me either. I know that game.
Bro, hey, that's they'll try to get you. They'll try to get you. They'll poison you or they
Well,
try to
you
get
need
you.
to hire somebody like they used to have back in the medieval times, where you had where the kings would have somebody eat part of their food before they ate it to make sure it wasn't poison.
For
No
real,
bullshit.
hey, yo, they would do that shit. Don't make sure it was good. Damn, that's crazy.
Right?
Like,
I always wondered how long did they wait? Like, did they just wait for a couple minutes, or did they? Because there were still a lot of kings that got poisoned.
a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly. And that's a shitty job. I mean, I guess you're eating king's food, but you're taking a risk with your life, bro. Like,
Exactly.
Damn.
And
I
back then, you didn't have a choice either.
For real. We don't have a choice, right? It's still like it's 2020, 2021. We're living in crazy times. It's crazy.
Now, what do you think about this, Lonnie? King Ramon says over there it's about a holy war. It's deeper than he put rap, but I think he means that. But yeah, but they still. I don't know. I don't know.
no, it's definitely a holy war, and it's only gonna get worse and worse. It's actually getting worse. They've
Yes,
been fighting over the same land for damn near 2,000 years, 3,000
yes,
years.
yep,
Muslims and Jewish what you call
Yeah.
them? You know what I'm saying? Jewish Israelis and
Yeah.
Muslims been going at it
Yeah.
over that same land for
yep,
years. It gets bad, man. Like
Yeah.
Palestine's on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? They trying to.
yes.
That's what I said that earlier too. They're going at it over they're sick and over there
It's
in that
horrible.
part
Like
of
in the military, we would always talk about, or they would talk about just like basically wiping the whole place out and just letting them start over because it's that bad.
How they gonna do that? They're gonna drop a nuke on that motherfucker.
I know, right? That is just it's wild though because I know that when we were over there and when they first started to try to train their own people to become a police force and police their own, they were just wiping them out. Like it was just crazy.
You see, when I get into things like this, I just stop and because it's just too much and you start thinking too much, you start going crazy and shit. You start thinking some crazy ass shit and all that shit. That's why I stopped. It going down the rabbit hole is crazy.
Oh, this
I
rabbit
agree
hole
with
get
that.
deep.
It's deep. It's super deep. That it'll drive you crazy. Like you'll think you're going crazy because like
Ooh,
you know too
Lonnie, look
much.
what Fresh Brown wrote. Can you see it?
It said
He
big.
put Big Floppy was shot because of a mistaken identity. It was actually meant for someone sitting with him. Ooh,
I think I heard that too.
dang.
Yeah, see, just by sitting next to the wrong nigga, that's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. But
Yeah,
just sitting next to the wrong nigga, man, you might get clapped too. Straight up,
that happens more than it should.
way more than it should. So I'm glad I don't got a twin out here.
Yeah, I just talked about that the other day in I think it was Texas where they found the 19-year-old shot to death in his car and his best friend was at his balloon release ceremony 3 days later and people online were accusing him of killing his own friend, so the brother of his best friend shot him at the balloon release party. And the
Lord
whole time
Jesus.
it wasn't him. So now the brother's going to go to jail, probably for a long time, if not life. The best friend is dead, and the brother's dead. So that's just wild. All over,
Man,
people just assuming that he had something to do with it.
That's why communication is important.
Yes.
Were these men black? Were they black?
Yeah.
See, and I just think in our community, especially amongst men, we're not really taught to communicate. We're kind of taught, no matter what no matter what walk in life you guys as a black man, you're eventually told to fight. You're taught to fight. They
Right.
hit you, you hit them back. I just think in our community, we should learn how to communicate a little more because this could have been easily to handle if a conversation would have happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean
Yes.
you gotta be nice or whatever. Just have the conversation. A conversation will stop so much beef. Even with the blood and Crip shit, somebody getting jumped over a jacket, a conversation just to what had happened that night. The blood and Crip saga or the epidemic probably would not be as bad as it is. Somebody. So what happened was allegedly, because there's all type of stories about Bloods and Crips, how they got the beef in L.A. The Crips was the big gang. Some guy had a leather jacket on. I guess the Crips was deep. You know how it is when niggas get deep. Females around, liquor popping. They start getting in their bag. I guess they tried him. He wasn't going for it, and they jumped him. In the 70s, niggas wasn't shooting. They was beating niggas up like the Warriors. That's my favorite game.
Right.
Anyway, so they beat him to death. So that's what strike the Bloods that come up like, all right, we tired of this shit. These Crips always coming in our neighborhoods and doing all this, but they jumped them for a coat. Nah, when we see them niggas, it's on. And from that point on, it's been going back and forth. But all that could have been stopped if a conversation was had. Meaning, it was these 5 that jumped them. All right, cool. You want your one? Y'all want to fight or whatever?
Right.
But we know who did it instead of just being some big mystery. That while we all shooting each other for damn near since the 70s. What's that, like 80 years? How long have Bloods and Crips been established?
Yeah, a long time.
Crip.
You know what I mean?
Like the 60s. Like the 60s. Like the 60s, yeah. Like,
and it's so bad that Bloods are beefing with Bloods and Crips beefing with Crips. So what the fuck is not having communication? Always resorting to violence first.
Right.
My thing with my people, okay, if we want to move like that, let's move like that with everybody. Don't mug me coming in 7-Eleven or I'm walking in your neighborhood to see a little thotty or whatever, and you want to press me out and ask me questions. But when a white boy do something or somebody else do it, you want to walk in a straight line and hold picket fences and get political.
Right.
Nah, have that same energy with everybody, because if that's the case, well, let's have it with us. Let's be political. When a black person shoots a black person, let's walk in a straight line and hold signs and let's have marches. Just don't do it when they do it. That's an inferior complex. And that's what bothers me sometimes about my people. I love them to death, but they get on my goddamn nerves.
Right. I know that nowadays, especially with social media, like the other, the one that I just told you about, and then there was where the guy just got shot over trying to keep his cousin and his baby's mom from fighting, and she was like, "Oh, he pushed me," even though he didn't, and then her boyfriend ended up killing him.
He is winning and just shot him like twice.
Yeah,
and he
robbed him for absolutely nothing, just because she had said that he pushed her. Yep, and he never did. And it's just, I just don't understand. Like, it's just gotten so violent. And do you think, like, Lonnie, like, do you think that'll ever change, or do you think it's just going to get worse? Like,
I think we're living in a point in time, I want to say it's due to social media, that it could change. I don't think people are as violent as they used to be. I know everybody hears about the war in Chirac and Jacksonville, Florida, and all this, but people were way more violent in the 90s, in the 80s, I think, like priorly. I think we're at a point where there's social media that people can, like at this podcast, people can sit down and talk. Let's have a conversation. Like on Dirt Gang TV. Yeah, they banging on each other on YouTube, but what are they doing? They're talking. Instead of being right there. So, my nigga, if you banging on me through the pause, that sounded crazy. If you're gang, if you're doing any gang relation or any violence towards me and it's through your voice, I'm good, because we can argue and live another day.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Rather being right here and we really on some man time and shit go left.
All it takes is a second. No?
Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second.
No problem. I think it's crazy too about the whole social media thing where people would rather have the clout than even money. I'd rather be rich than be famous. But it seems like, nowadays, especially with young people, they just want to be, they want their 15 minutes, and they don't care how they get it.
That's why I deleted all my social media, but it got to the point that I got on YouTube, and the same thing happened on YouTube that on any other social media, like they on on YouTube is drama like a motherfucker. This shit like a fucking big ass drama zone.
All right, I'm
people,
back.
People are just going back and forth on YouTube. It's crazy. It's
It,
just
it's it is
eh,
crazy, and it's gonna fuck monetization up because yeah, I like YouTube, but I'm trying to get a bag too. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like
Yes.
DJ
exactly.
Cool Cool and them niggas.
That's what I was going to. Everybody's trying to get on, like on YouTube. Everybody just trying to, you know, they're trying to get a bag off of it, so they're cloud chasing any way they could. You get me?
Well,
So
but I
so
don't understand how a lot of people on YouTube seem to like they act like there's not enough of the pie to go around, and there
It's
is.
more than
You know?
enough.
there's
Yeah,
yeah.
like I don't.
YouTube is bigger than TV. Like everybody on their phone every single
Yes, sir.
day. Like every single day, everybody they like people like this. They wake up to this and they go to sleep to this. So if you gotta understand, it's never gonna end. It's like a never ending. It's gonna be a never ending cycle. You think YouTube's gonna be around forever, like forever, like that's like you never, ever.
The scary thing to me is like I was saying about the younger kids because with social media and with like video games aren't bad to me. Like if you spend time on video games and stuff, but like I thought about when I did the show about the oil hack that they had done. I was like, what if they end up hacking the power grid and the power goes out? These kids, they don't know how to
Mm.
survive at all. It and that's wild to me. Like, we have like life skills at least, but if they have to live without a phone or have to build a fire or have to do it, they wouldn't be able to do it.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, Faith. I might be out the loop if niggas gotta build a fire. I still don't know how to build a fire yet.
I don't play
Keep
the
it
fire.
100. I'm gonna find somebody, but so I'm gonna say my age. I'm 27. So I think my age and my era or generation, because we're pretty much all the same generation, I think, if not too far
Yeah.
from each other. I can literally say that I'm in the middle of before social media and after. I literally seen like AOL when niggas couldn't be on the phone while they was on the internet, or you really had to go outside. Like,
Right.
or when I like WWF Raw was coming on Mondays and niggas was lit. Like when TV was good TV before everything got sensitive. Like comics, Comedy Central. I remember how life was before the internet. Going forward, I've kind of adjusted, to the way of things as well, being a millennial. So I kind of got the best of both worlds. And when I say like older people before social media, I sometimes think it's too fast for them because they get on here and they take things too literal sometimes.
Yeah,
They don't know.
on social media, there's it's everything. Everything's on social media.
Yeah.
So they're learning too quick. They're learning things too fast. Like that. Like things were we had to learn things the hard way back in the day. Like not now you can learn things right like on the spot and
Yeah, like I feel as though like I got older relatives and the way they take selfies and they like everything and the stuff they share, they be surprised at some of the stuff they see on the net. Like this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
but let's fast forward to the kids, and I feel more bad for them. The generation that was born in social media, so they were already born with a camera in their face. It's like they were already born in reality TV. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow. Yep.
there,
You
yeah.
like since they're babies, if their mother, especially if their mother's my age, sometimes a little younger, they're already taking pictures as newborns, kids playing around. They already being recorded. They gotta grow up in that. Back in the days when somebody had a fist fight, win, lose, whatever, you might get clowned if you lost bad, but niggas will get over it. At least you fought. Whatever. You lose a fight
Right.
nowadays, it's gonna end up forever. What type of stress is that on a kid? You know what I'm saying? That'll make you come back and hurt somebody. You can either hurt, you gonna do real harm to yourself, or you gonna do real harm to somebody else because how you look,
I
you
agree.
got a million views. Cause I remember when World Star was bad. Like I used to be big on World Star, like 2011, 2012.
Rosa used to
Yo,
be
World Star used to
crazy.
be bad.
But like now it's like whatever because there's so many outlets of but Roadstar used to be like the only
Yeah.
spot that you could go and see all that
World Star.
craziness that like every like Roadstar was huge. Like when it really came up, and I don't know. Now it's like
It's watered down because one, Q died. Two,
yeah,
it's too many media outlets. Like social
yeah.
media has
Yep.
progressed, so it's too many different outlets. People got their own little apps now. It's way faster. But I used to be like, damn, I used to have a fight compilation. I'm like, yo, he got his ass whooped, or he got his ass knocked out. This shit is a million views. If I see him getting knocked out, imagine what everybody else is saying around his way. How do you wake up and go to the
Right.
store? Probably got that same knot on your head. That's not funny.
Yep.
Probably got that same knot on your head, and everybody like, oh, you saw the, and it's comments after comments. You got 500,000
Yep.
comments clowning you. Like,
And
that's
then
a
you're gonna
lot.
have to escalate it with the person that beat you up just to
Yeah.
save face in your own neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to save face. Like, you got to do something bad to him. You know what I mean? You might be
Yep.
lucky to get a fight, you know what I'm saying, without a camera in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's lucky. Nowadays, everything going up there.
Everything is recorded. That if once something start happening, the first thing everybody does is just
Pull out
pop
their
up their
camera.
cell phone. That's the first thing to do. That's like the first thing to think about. Like it's crazy. It's 2021. Like it's crazy, and it's only get even crazier before it gets better. You know. That's what.
Like,
Yeah, I actually
mhm.
started to really get frustrated because people will like I saw a thing about these boys in Florida a couple years back, and there was a guy that him and his fiance had gotten into it, and I guess he was gonna like I guess he had thought killing himself was a good idea, but once he got in like this retention pond, he regretted it, but he couldn't swim. So these four guys are sitting there literally filming him drown, and they didn't call the police, they didn't do anything. They just walked away after watching him die.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
And they were
cynical.
laughing at him.
That's cynical.
So
Yep.
you gotta expect that in 2021. You know. You like back in the day, like when I like
I've seen some of the most dating. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
2010, like after 2010, shit was different. Like shit changed so much. It was crazy. Like, that
Yeah, that's when battle raps was for free.
mm,
They're dropping on World Star. Now they want to charge niggas $50, but that's a different conversation.
to like after to like 2010, like and beyond, like until now, it's like these been like the craziest 11 years. Like I gone through and
Well, who A boy?
I,
Because he's been shot twice. Wasn't the second time you got shot over a mistaken identity, or was that the first time?
the first time it was because of that, and then the second time was
Yeah.
He was
it,
thug, boy.
nah, there's nothing cool about that.
Nah, it ain't. When I say thug, well, I should say soldier. I shouldn't say thug, but you a soldier. I almost lost my
Yeah.
life at 17. I had third-degree burns on my back, my arm. Niggas ain't think I was gonna make it. I had to save my family, my little cousins from burning in the house.
Oh my God, Lonnie.
Yeah, that's where the cabal come from. So okay, whoever's listening, this is where the Lonnie cabal comes from. My name is Delon. I'm not gonna give you the whole government. You'll probably find it anyway if you're a true troll. I don't care, but it's Delon. So that's where I got the Lonnie from. So the cabal comes from Mortal Kombat. Now the new cabal, I don't really know, but the old cabal I grew up on, basically he was burnt. Like he was burnt real bad. Like he was a real handsome guy, but he got burnt real bad. That's why he got the mask on, because he had to breathe through his mask. That's the only way he was able to live. But he had all these scars on him, and that's how my arm
Right.
used to look like his arm. And that's when I kind of got, what I'm saying, familiar with it. Like, okay, that's the new wave, Lonnie Cabal, and I just ran with that. I've been running with that since I burnt. 2011, I graduated high school. About since 2012, it's been Lonnie Cabal, and I've been moving. But that's where the cabal comes
Wow.
from, though. Yeah,
yeah,
and
it
that
goes
shit hurt.
good. It
That's
go
yo
it. I bet. Just,
fire, yo burns, yo. That
Yeah,
shit.
bless your heart for that. Like, it's a good thing that you were there to save them too. I know that, like with fire, they say that if you're burned, um, it destroys your nerves so it doesn't hurt after a while, but I don't believe that shit. Like I think like it sticks on your skin because like I've had a small burn, like I got burned where I've got a pretty big scar, but I can't imagine being on fire. Like, oh.
Yeah, I
Nerve,
was literally my back was
nerve,
literally on fire. My other
nerve
cousin
Well,
pain
was
and if
my
you
age, had
hurts.
to
had
pull me up,
clothes
help me
on, your
out.
clothes probably, if your clothes burn and you've got clothes on, those can stick to your skin and still burn.
Different
Oh yeah,
materials.
oh yeah, Fav. I'm
Different
glad you
materials.
said that. So I had this fresh ass H&M. This what H&M was popping. I had H&M shirt with the cashmere scarf. It's wintertime. It's like January 6th. I never forget. 2011. My fucking scarf melted into my arm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my shit burnt off. My scarf literally melted into my arm. Like,
That's
dog.
horrible.
I never forget. I did not want to look at myself. First thing I said, right, because me and my cousin, we was wilding. It's like 3 little cousins, and it's my cousin that's my age. So after my adrenaline stopped pumping, I kind of came back to my senses. I looked at him. I said, "Am I good?" He said, "You good, bro? You know how it is. You good, bro? You good, bro?" I said, "You sure I'm good?" I said, "My face good." That's the first thing I worry about. Is my face good? He said, "Bro, you good?" I said, "We still gonna get the bitches, right?" He said, "Yeah, we still gonna
Oh,
get the
hell
bitches."
no.
But nah, it was the adrenaline pumping, like, cause you know how it is.
Right,
Your shit goes like, "What the fuck just happened?" You know what I'm saying? I was
right.
17, but yeah, that was I think the worst part was just coming up from the fire. It wasn't so much of going through that. The real work, the real traumatization was going through the process of getting back, being in the hospital for 2 weeks, missing school, your schoolmates coming up there, your half your face is burnt. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I was
Right.
second degree and it healed up good. But like going through that, smelling your flesh, I don't want to get too nasty, but because it was a grease fire, so I kind of smelt
Oh,
like
wow.
yeah, because he was in there frying chicken. I was cooking French fries. My little cousin was cooking French fries and left the pot on the stove too long. And I never forget we was playing Def Jam Rap Star, and I just paused. I said, "Yo, you turn the stove off?" This nigga look at me, run full speed into the kitchen. I said, "What did he do?" I go in there, the fucking pot, it's a steel pot, got flames coming up. I mean, flames. I said, "Oh shit." I woke up my other cousin who was my age because he's more better with that. I'm not a good landscaping nigga. I don't really know about, but he know about cutting trees and all that shit.
Yeah.
So he was more of a construction, hands-on type nigga, know how to fix shit. I didn't know how to do that. So when he came out, started panicking, like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Oh shit, we in some shit." So one of my other little cousins was about to pour some water on it. Thank God we stopped him because I probably wouldn't be here today.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's the last thing you think, but it's an instinct to think fire, water. But yeah,
Yep.
when it's grease, oh my goodness.
I'm glad he stopped that shit because it would
Yes.
have been bad. So he picks him up because he picks up the pot with his bare hands. I'm running to open the door. As he's running, the oxygen is getting behind the fire, and the fire is getting higher and higher. I'm like, oh shit. I'm holding the door so he can throw this shit out. I had my back turned. I couldn't tell you what happened. All I heard was, boom. Like I heard it. Boom. When I say shit just got hot,
Oh wow.
it just got like it was a certain heat I have never experienced before. It was like the first 10, like the first, because I wasn't on fire that long, even though it felt like it. Like the first 5 seconds, it's like initial shock, like you on fire. You on fire. But then that shit got real hot. Like, oh shit, nah, put me the fuck out. All that stop, drop, and roll shit, that shit go out the window.
Yes. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a little story to tell you, you know what I'm saying? That's when bro was talking about he got shot. Let's say a soldier. Yeah, real niggas go through real shit, but that's where the cabal come in, man. You know what I'm saying? Scar gang and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, that's good to know. Like I said, thank goodness you were okay and everything. Like you said, it could have been a lot worse. Jeez.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Man, when I was in the hospital, because I'm on the burn unit, and ladies, you know, the nurses coming through, they telling me about different stories of different people on the burn. We all burnt up on the same floor. But I started hearing stories. One homeless guy, excuse me, one homeless guy, he was chilling, and some kids put some gasoline on him and set him on fire while he was asleep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. He was in there way longer than me. I got there in January. He been there since November of that year.
That's really
Blessings.
scary too. I'm glad you're okay because with burns, a lot of people die after the fact from infection and
Mm-hmm.
or the skin grafting doesn't
Yeah.
take like oh
Yeah. Yeah. It was rough. Another kid was on the same unit. He got burnt. He was at a gas station. Something happened, and like his whole shit, like he was pumping gas, and his whole shit just caught on fire. Somebody had to use their coat and put him out, but he burnt his face up. Like as I was looking, I got pretty lucky. You know what I'm saying? Compared to
yeah.
everybody else. But it was still bad to learn how to walk again. I had tutors trying to give me books because I'm still a senior, but the medication had me dripped up. Like it was a hard experience, but I got through that. And then another hard experience was being home. I had the acne coat on my wounds. I had a nurse to come through. She had to peel the acne coat off. Like, oh, this should give me chills. Just think about
Wow.
this.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about
Yeah.
that. Like if you live through something that's traumatic like that, if it, you know, you people don't think about the recovery part.
That's the hardest part to me. Because the initial joke, when it happens, it happens. But it's how you gonna bounce back from it. It's the progress of bouncing back.
Right.
Like the skin grafts, the surgeries, the IVs. Sometimes this medicine might be too strong this day. Now you got nightmares, your head spinning. You know what I'm saying? They trying to
Yep.
make you eat the food. You can't even taste it. You can't even taste it because the food's so nasty. They say we can't let you leave until you eat the food. You gotta watch the same shit like, man. That was an experience. But you know what I'm saying? Niggas made it. I made it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, damn. Girl, you got a whole Fave, you got a whole exclusive on Monica Ball, girl. You better say this right here. You got a whole
Definitely I will.
I didn't tell nobody that story on no platform yet. I'm still gonna put it on my platform, but you're the first
Oh
platform.
wow.
Yeah. You're the first like social platform that I ever discussed that, you know what I'm saying, in front of a live audience and just on a broadcasting tip.
Oh, well, thank you for doing that. I know that I sub to you. Do you go live or do you just do uploads?
At this moment, I'm doing uploads. I'm trying to just get that
Like the views
base.
and stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the views, trying to get into the process of vlogging, like being a real YouTuber. But I do lives, and I want to get a better setup. Like I want a mic, I want
Right.
better camera. I want to do it right. I got some lives up there, you know what I'm saying, and of course I come to everybody else's live, but I really want to do it right before I come out in the game. Because
Right,
eventually
right.
the goal is to be a live podcaster while doing videos. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
challenges, eating hot food, like regular YouTube shit. Because I'm into that. But I
Right.
still want to do like what we doing right now, have a conversations live podcast, people coming up on the platform. You know what I'm saying? Networking. Yeah.
Right. Well, that'll be good. I know that I watched a couple of videos of yours, but that's why I asked if you ever went live because I'll see when you upload them, and then I was like, I've got to ask him, does he go live? Because I didn't know or not. But you seem like I think you'll do pretty good though with YouTube because you've got a very open mind and you definitely are pretty intelligent, so you'll do really good.
Well, I appreciate that, Fave. You know, you have that girl like that woman's intuition that makes me just want to talk and feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You got that
thank
aura
you.
about you. You know what I'm saying? I feel when I'm on this platform, of course, Fave, you done heard me bark on people. You
Oh
done heard
yeah.
me Joan. You done heard me Joan on people. You know what I'm saying? But I do have a conversation, and I do have a certain side that just like to have a good conversation and give good content. Because
Right,
some
right.
people are probably driving right now, people working, people doing different
Yep.
things and got their headphones in, like me. Like nowadays, it's so much like music wise. I still listen to what's in my ear. I still listen to Lil Wayne, Pop. I still listen to some of the new shit too, but I can't keep up. And they all sounded like all these same rappers is singing. Like I ain't trying to sound like that guy, but it's just not really me. Maybe when the clubs open back up, I can be in my bag again. But like
Right.
just listen to on some regular shit, not really. But I'd rather
I
listen.
agree.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When the clubs open up again, I'll probably because when you in the club, you drinking, it's an atmosphere. All right, we in our
Yeah.
bag again. But like just by myself, no, because they ain't saying nothing. But as far as I would rather listen to a podcast,
Yep.
really like driving or whatever, than music for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I put on
Yep.
I'll put on Star's podcast or Queen's Flip or Behind the Bar, even you. before I put on, you know what I'm saying, the newest whoever popping right now.
Right, right. Well, and I always look at it like, even if it's something you don't plan on listening to, any kind of knowledge is power to me. That's how I look at it. Like, you know what I mean? So like the more you can soak up, the better.
Exactly. And that's another thing. Knowledge. I think where it comes from. I've always been like interested in learning new shit. I always wanted to know something that somebody else didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I've always
Yeah.
been, I don't want to say curious because that comes across weird in different spots. I don't want nobody to cut that out. Like, who curious? No,
Right.
nah, my nigga. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just being curious about the world, or what does this mean? Why do they do that? Like, I've always, you know what I'm saying? Now we're in a world where social media and broadcasting and everybody's a platform. You can learn from everybody.
Yes. Like I think if people don't try to watch or learn a whole bunch of different things, and you can just sit back and watch it, you don't even have to read about it. There's no excuse to not be using that to your advantage.
Exactly. And that's my thing. There's no excuse to be ignorant. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody knows everything. Hell, even the
Right.
person you're learning from might not know what the hell they're talking about. That's why you got to do your research. But there's no reason to not know what's going on. Like, YouTube literally teaches you everything, how to fry chicken. Like, there's no excuse. You can't tell me that you don't know something. You can go right in
Yes.
YouTube and type it in.
Yep, exactly. I was like, dang, I wish that YouTube would have been around when I was like younger and
Man, what?
everything. I'll sit there and be like, man, I had to learn how to like do hair and do all this different stuff. And like, I'll see a girl nowadays and if her hair will be all messed up, and I'm like, you have no excuse to be walking out looking like that when you
There
can
is
just
no
use
excuse.
it, okay?
There's no
None at
excuse.
all.
And check this out, Fave. The game goes so deep, you can literally learn how to make $500 a day on your phone or your laptop just by going on YouTube. They have people telling you how to make money, just telling you business. Like, they're literally giving you free game that people have paid thousands for, have went to conventions for. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's right here. I damn sure wish I was. I mean, 08, I was in 9th grade. 07, 08. I was in 9th grade. YouTube was all right. We were just watching for twerk videos and, them
Right.
old videos that had like the little old Lil Wayne cartoons and like the little satire shits. But nobody really took YouTube serious. But
Right.
as being 2021, YouTube is a market. That's where it's supposed to be. You can be a star at YouTube if you stay
Yeah, you
consistent.
definitely can.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying on the troll page one time, Baron, whatever you go by, Baron Saturday, King Troll, I don't know what he is today. That's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But even on his page, I was saying like how all of us, we might argue with each other, bicker, Joan, but we're all in the same envelope to pick each other up. I said, in this cesspool of trolls, because we're all trolls, some of us are going to make it. I know I'm going to make it. But we got something like even Lady Snoop, she's popping. Like I was saying, she's almost at 10,000 subscribers. Look what community she's with. You know what I'm saying? We can all help each other because we all recognize each other. We damn near neighbors. We damn near come onto the same platform every night, every morning, at the same time. We got our own regular lives, but like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I know where the hood at. I know where King Ramon at. I know where NASA at. You know what I mean? I might see her. You know what I'm saying? I might see her son. But that's a community. We're a community. You know what I mean? So
that's a really cool way to look at it too. And like I said, I really like it because, and I'm really glad that I met like you guys over here, like I've said before, because where I was at in the beef sector, everybody over there is trying to tear each other down and ruin each other's real lives. And like, it's horrible when I don't understand why you would do that when, like you and I were talking about earlier, YouTube, there's plenty of money to go around. I don't understand. Like, it's crazy.
In the beef sector, I just stepped over there for a little bit. And just this morning, because when it comes to sectors, I'm more in the Black Manosphere, 2K. Well, 2K kind of dying down a little bit. A lot of my favorite 2K YouTubers kind of got doing their own thing. I was kind of in that realm. The black dating or black male dating strategies, advice, and all of that. Video gaming. But I've always been like a troll. So as far as the beef shit, I'm like, don't these niggas really taking this serious? Because, we say a lot over here. We say a lot. But don't nobody really mean it. You know what I'm saying? We argue, we get to talking in the comments the next 5-10 minutes. I went over
Yep.
there and heard. I'm like, yo, it's not that deep. I'm like, niggas is
Right.
really out here beefing with people.
Yep.
Like that shit is bananas. Like, yeah, that shit crazy.
It
But yeah,
is. Like,
I
they're
think I got
literally
my
over
first
there trying
taste.
to put each other in
Uh-huh.
jail and get each other's
Yeah,
kids
fuck
taken
that.
away. And, like, it's horrible.
That's too far. I think I got a
And
taste
for
of the.
no
That
reason.
sounds crazy. I ain't gonna say that. For no reason, just for entertainment. Because you gotta say pause. And we still in the troll community. Yeah, you have a great platform, but the trolls are still in the building. So I gotta watch what I say. But
True.
you know what I'm saying? But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think I got a little glimpse of the beef sector this morning. I don't know if Kevin was really serious. I don't think he was serious. But just the back and forth, I'm like, damn, my nigga, like you tell me he's scared to say blood? Like, what a joke
Yeah.
at?
Yep. Right.
We was walking to the store a minute ago. Now we talking about flags and you won't pull up to Brooklyn. I'm like, whoa.
Right.
I said, this shit go crazy over there. What am I missing? Now, you won't catch me on none of their panels, but I sit and watch. I like the monkey
Right.
shit. Now. Don't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I never did that. I'm glad I found like over here and you guys, because I would sit there and watch, and I might talk in like maybe 2 or 3 chats every now and then, but I never went on anybody's panel, never did any of that, because I just couldn't believe I didn't know there was any other people out there. I thought that was it. Yeah, and like I was so glad when one day I was doing a live and Maynard came over and he was talking to me and he's like, oh, check out my channel and da-da-da-da. And that's how I was able to, get over here. And I was like, thank God, because over there is horrible. And like you said, they literally tear each other down every day, all day, just for content. Like, how do you have nothing else to talk about with all the shit that's happening in the world? Why are you, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
because they really don't, to do this, anybody that comes on the panel, I salute you, because it gets rough. No matter how bad I might cook you, I still respect you because you came up. But to do this, you have to be somewhat charismatic. You gotta know how to talk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be entertaining. We just turn each other down, beefing. There's no talent in that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's monkey shit. It's just a bunch of miserable people. I ain't gonna say miserable because I don't know them personally, but just a bunch of people arguing with each other. Now if somebody that's on the outside looking in, it might look like we're arguing with each other, but we're really clowning each other.
Right.
People in the beef
No, there's
are
a
really
big
arguing.
difference. Yeah, there's a big difference. You hit the nail on the head when you said that the people have to have a personality, or you have to be able to
personality. There you go.
Yeah, and they really don't. When you think about it, wow. I never looked at it like that.
Hell yeah. But thank you for having me on your show, Fave. I will be back. Hopefully I see you. They're probably going crazy on King Troll shit. I'm about to go get drunk at the bar. I will have my headphones
have
in.
a couple drinks for me. Have fun. Thank you. Definitely.
What you want me to take a shot of for you?
Oh wow. I don't know. Surprise me. I haven't drank in a long time.
Okay. That's my problem. I gotta slow down. But yeah, appreciate you, Fave. I'll see you in one of these rooms, okay? You be safe, all right?
Okay, you too. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, guys, that was nice of Lonnie to be able to come up. I'm glad he came up and talked about stuff with me. And shout out to A-Boy for being up here, and NASA, and everybody's opinion on Joe Budden and his messy behind issues he's having right now. But yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to King Ramon and a shout out to Fresh Brown. Thank you guys for the cash apps. And shout out to everybody that came through. Jay Savage, Jen, Fresh Brown, King Ramon, of course. Lonnie that was just up here. Who else came by? I know Jen was in here. I think Tommy was in here earlier. Let's Talk. and oh, CMW, Larry, and if there's anybody I forgot, shout out to you guys too. But thank you guys for coming by. I really appreciate it and having all your opinions on everything. And have a good evening, everybody. I'm not sure if Larry's going to go live or not. Oh, yeah, he is. Because he had a reminder up. So, and I think maybe King Troll is live right now. So, like Lonnie said, we see each other in everybody's chat. So, but have a good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by. And I will see you guys soon.